All right, guys, let's just get right into it. All right, guys, I'm a bit eager to start, but all right, guys, this is Set with Set Media, and I'm back with another one for you. Appreciate the support, by the way, and let's not forget to double tap that screen. And tonight we are getting into Trump's announcing his plan for Alaska, really his economic plan for Alaska, and also his Gaza plan as well. Well, hopefully it goes through. Hamas has accepted hostage terms of the peace deal, but has yet to accept the rest of it. And hey, I didn't know it could be accepted in pieces as well, but here we are. All right, guys, let's get right into it.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. We have a very big signing today having to do with Alaska, a place that I'm very familiar with. And we're making it greater, bigger, and more powerful, and job producing. It's an economic gold mine, so to speak. And I signed this years ago, and Biden unsigned it for me. This was something that should have been long operating and making billions of dollars for our country and supplying a lot of energy and minerals and everything else that we're talking about. And they undid it and wasted a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort. And now we're starting again. And this time we have plenty of time to get it done, and it's going to be done properly. I'd like to ask your Department of Interior head, who has done a fantastic job, Doug Burgum, to say a few words about it. And we'll go to Chris after you and anybody else that wants to say something. And it's a very powerful deal, very, very big deal from the standpoint of minerals and energy. So thank you all for being here. Doug, please go ahead.
Well, thank you, President Trump. Yesterday is a historic day. President Trump, as he promised when he was running in the election to the American people, that he was going to unlock the potential of this country. He was going to unlock America's mineral wealth.
Yeah, I mean, the mineral wealth in Alaska and the energy potential in Alaska. But yeah, so Trump signed an order approving construction of a 211-mile access road to Ambler Mining District in Alaska to facilitate mining of copper, cobalt, gold, and other critical minerals.
He was going to generate returns for American people, and he was going to importantly bolster the critical supply chains around critical minerals for our country.
Cobalt.
On day one, he signed in a very important executive order unleashing Alaska's extraordinary resource potential. And this is part of the continuation. There's a number of things that have already happened with Alaska that are moving forward. There's more to come, but big milestone today. In reversing this Biden era decision about the Ambler Road, this is a 211-mile long road that begins over 200 miles north of Fairbanks off the Hall Road that goes up to the North Slope. This road goes to an area where there's no roads. Ambler Mining District at the end of that has some of the richest mining deposits in all of America and in all of the world. And these are minerals that are absolutely essential to defense, to industry moving forward today. Just take copper alone. This is one of the richest copper locations in the country. And of course, today to build
gold
a
as
data
well.
center, you can have tens of thousands of tons of copper required for that. Even a single family home today may have as much as 400 pounds of copper in a home. And we have, as a nation, in the past, basically gotten out of the mineral in energy and mining area. President Trump, when he said drill baby drill, he also was mine baby mine. We've got to get back in the mining business. China controls 85 to 100% of all the mining and refining of the top 20 critical minerals. And in this mine area up there, we got copper, lead, zinc, gold, silver, gallium, germanium. So rich in all of the minerals that we need to win the AI arms race against China and to prosper as a country.
And it is crazy. Instead of, tapping into our own potential, we always try to, outsource it to another country. So, and here's the thing, we usually don't do it because, the environment and all that good stuff. But here's the thing, when we need the energy, when we need the jobs, when we need the mining done so we can be more dependent, yeah, I'm sorry. Well, we can't sit there and just leave it to the Chinese. And shout out to my man Monty for starting us off. He said, did you look at any of the channels I sent you? Monty, be real with you, I passed straight out, but I did list them, though. I do got them in my save to watch later. So, but I did pass out last night.
And so again, today, this was his history being made. When some of this was set aside in 1980 by Jimmy Carter, there was a special authority created for presidents to decide if there was a dispute. And so for the first time in history, a president is actually using that authority, President Trump, as he does, using his authority for the benefit of the American people. And the appeal came in from the state of Alaska asking that this road be built. Alaska's not a colony, they're a state. They have an opportunity to build roads like any other state. With this signing, President Trump, Alaska can go ahead and build this road. It'll be a toll road, not a public road. It's a toll road, so it'll be controlled in terms of traffic. It's a gravel road. It'll be sensitive to the environment. There'll be collaboration with the Native Alaskan corporations in terms of how it's built and how it's used, supporting the Alaskan Native tribes with subsistence hunting regulations on either side of this. But this opens up a wealth of resources. In addition, there's going to be an announcement made later today that is part of this announcement that the Department of War, the United States government is making an investment in Trilogy Minerals. They're one of the companies that has mining claims in this area that is a remote wilderness right now.
Yeah, and just to give you guys a breakdown of that, the U.S. government has also announced an investment of $35.6 million and acquired a 10% equity stake in the Canadian mining company Trilogy Metals, which is involved in the Ambler project, which is this right here. And the move the move reversed a decision that the Biden administration struck down, well, because of course, environmental concerns and impact on wildlife, well, and the indigenous people. But hey, though, drill baby drill, mine baby mine, and we can start being more independent.
And again, making that investment so we can make sure that we're securing these critical mineral supplies and that ownership in that company will benefit the American people. With that, I'll kick it over to Chris Wright.
Thank you, Doug. And what a huge thank you to the president today. This is a tremendous achievement for the people of Alaska. We were in the North Slope of Alaska a few months ago celebrating energy development there. They want jobs and opportunity to develop the resources on their lands. This is another major step forward. Mm-hmm. We say energy is the lifeblood of society, the circulatory system. Minerals and metals, they're the skeletal infrastructure, the physical upholding of everything we do. Everywhere we walk and operate, your cameras, everything you hold are made out of metals and minerals. President Biden thought it was appropriate to offshore both of these industries outside of our country. That has not left us in a strong place. President Trump, in his
and then tried to pay for them to come back, CHIPS Act.
First term, and even more strongly in his second term, is bringing those industries back to our country. America was a mining powerhouse for a long, long time, and our mining industry got squelched. Now we're seeing it come back to life. You saw the president's truth not long ago about a deal for lithium production in Nevada just a week or so ago. This will more than tenfold increase American lithium production. And this infrastructure, this mining road in the Ambler mining district, will just have immense impact on future mining opportunities for our country's security and economic opportunities for the people of Alaska. Our critical minerals and mining expert within the administration is standing right next to me, David Copley. I'll see if he wants to add any words.
This is a really big deal for the American mining industry, and I think it shows the president's seriousness about getting this industry going.
And it's a really big deal because, bro, it proves that America has, well, I'm be real with you, locked potential. Now it's being unlocked by Trump. But yes, we've always had these resources at our disposal. We've always had the capability, but for some strange reason, our leaders have held us back and let the other countries take care of it. For some strange reason that I can never understand. I mean, honestly, I don't even know why they would let it happen to leave us to to be needy for other countries' resources. It's not even a good strategy national security wise. Honestly, I'm surprised on the guidelines of national security this wasn't solved sooner, but hey, at least it's being figured out now.
Making sure we have the critical minerals we need for our defense industrial base and for our broader economy.
Thank you very much. And I think we want to get this going by a certain time, so I signed it. And Will, I'm going to give it to you, and you get it filed. And sir, good job. Thank you, sir. It's a big job. Thank you very much. So we created a great deal of wealth for that part of the world and that part of our country by doing this long, very difficult road to build. And we'll be talking about that sometime later. But it's a great deal for our country. It's a great deal for the people of our country and for the taxpayers of our country. And if you have any questions on that, let me know.
What's the
Steve?
effect for the road to be constructed? I mean, how quickly will that get underway?
Well, this road, it's an industrial road. It'll have ownership. It'll likely be split between the state of Alaska, the federal government, and the Native Alaska corporations. We would expect that construction would begin next spring with planning throughout this winter. The 211-mile long road will be a gravel road with a solid design base to handle the weight of the trucks that are going in and out.
And shout out to my man Monty, says Trump is bringing us back, baby. And I agree. Because I remember, one of my main points when I said everybody need to forget about, I would say the tariffs. Everybody need to forget about this whole, I would say the currency right now. Right now, we are in a rare earth mineral war. We are at war with China to make sure we can break our independence from them on rare earth minerals. If we do not do so, China will always have that crazy leverage on us. We're trying to get to a point where we don't get held hostage over magnets. Yes, we got held hostage over magnets. That's unacceptable. So we're trying to get to that point where we're not being held hostage over something that small that we can make here ourselves.
This is typical design that far north. Because asphalt with a freeze-thaw cycle, very difficult with asphalt or concrete. So gravel, a fantastic gravel road is going to have the least impact on the environment, going to be the best suited purpose. Alaska's done this in the past with the Red Dog mine. They built a toll road that, again, has ownership. The companies that use the road pay to transit that road. So this is an economic model used around the world in mining districts. We'll apply it right here. And again, it's going to generate revenue for the American people and for the citizens of Alaska as opposed to a cost.
And also to
And here's the thing, though. Americans should be happy about this, but like I said, they're going to cite, the indigenous people, the environment, and they're going to pretty much take away from the economic opportunity that this provides America and the people of Alaska, who are also American citizens, by the way. Like they said, Alaska's not a colony; it's an American state.
bridges
Or a state within the United States.
We'll be able to complete, and we'll get them up very quickly.
And how long to complete? I mean, 211 miles, that's a lot.
Yes, we'll get it done in less than a year.
It's going to come in three phases. The first road, as President Trump said, will go quickly, which is they call it a pilot road. We'll build a single lane gravel road through the full duration of it. That'll be then expanded to a second phase and then a third phase over time. But again, we want to get that pilot road built because then we can help get materials back to help the mine get started quickly as well.
Mr. President, there's negotiations happening with your team in Egypt right now over your proposed peace plan. It was reported by Axios over the weekend that you had called with Prime Minister Netanyahu, where you told him to stop being so negative and to take the win when it came to Hamas's response to that. Is that true?
No, it's not true. He's been very positive. He's been very positive on the deal. Everybody is. I think every nation is. We have just about every nation working on this deal and trying to get it done. Something that you could say 3,000 years if you look at it in certain ways, or you could say centuries, but this is a deal that incredibly everyone just came together. They all came together. No, Israel's been great. They've all been good, Caitlin.
And in the negotiations, do you have any red lines in terms of Hamas disarming and whatnot? Are there any places you're willing to do?
If certain things aren't met, we're not going to do it. But I think we're doing very well, and I think Hamas has been agreeing to things that are very important.
And like I said, so far Hamas has only agreed to the hostage exchange part of the Gaza peace plan. They have not agreed to demilitarize, sadly. And I mean, they not agreed to be exiled. And they also haven't agreed for, Israel to have a security border around them. And they also haven't agreed to this peace board, that's going to be chaired by Trump and other, Arab nation leaders. Arab nation leaders plus Trump and with Tony Blair.
Shutdown, Mr. President, if the vote today fails in the Senate, will that trigger layoffs?
It could, at some point it will. And, the Democrats are the ones that started this. And if you think about it, it's about healthcare to a large extent. It's about, we want great healthcare for people. We don't want to give the money away to other people that come pouring into our country, and they've already poured because nobody's coming into our country now. We have the border totally stopped. In fact, numbers we just announced again.
And shout out to my man Monty coming in with the buckets for the tears. I know, Dems, like, come on, man. Do I need to bring in my man Schwarzenegger?
Stop whining. Your kids are soft.
Stop being so soft.
We're at another zero. So we have zero for 4 months in a row. Zero people coming into our country illegally. That's a pretty good number. I'm not sure even I can believe that, Doug, if you want to know the truth. Zero. We went from millions of people to zero, but it's pretty close to that number. And the way you stop them is not to give away, not to announce that you're giving everybody free health care, free this or that. But what that does, it affects the American people, because the American people are unable to get good health care. Obamacare has been a wreck, as you know, and to do that, we have to keep it propped up and do the best you can with it. It's a mess. But a lot of things are going on in that. You know, we talk about Hamas, and we talk about negotiations that we have going on right now. We have a negotiation going on right now with the Democrats that could lead to very good things.
What kind of,
And I'm talking about good things with regard to health care.
Are you speaking with Democratic leaders? What kind of negotiations?
Well, I don't want to
are
say
going on?
that. I don't want to say that.
Shout out to my man Jay. He said the buckets are made in America. I mean, hey, yo, shout out. I mean, you got to love that. You got to appreciate the made in America. Appreciate the support, guys.
But we are speaking with the Democrats, and some very good things could happen with respect to health care.
Would you make a deal with them on the ACA subsidies?
If we made the right deal, I'd make a deal, sure.
So you would make it.
I mean, you have right now subsidies. You have subsidies. That's the problem with Obamacare. The subsidies are so much. It's billions and billions of dollars is being wasted. And we can have a much better health care than we have right now. And we're talking to them. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen, because this has also been going on, not for 3,000 years, but it's been going on for a long time. But yeah,
So
we're
you
talking
would
to
make
the
it-
Democrats.
You would work to make a deal with them on.
I'd like to see a deal made for great health care. Yeah, I want to see great health. I'm a Republican, but I want to see health care much more so than the
So,
Democrats.
Mr. President, on all of this, as you know, the American
Facts.
people are experiencing a lot of pain with any kind of government shutdown. And while you're dealing with Democrats, and of course Republicans are standing their ground, what is your message directly to the American people who may encounter?
You know, one thing that the Dems always do lie about Trump about, he's trying to take down Obamacare. He's trying to take it down because he hates Obama. And you know, they're halfway right. I mean, he does hate Obama, but he also wants to reform Obamacare. He just doesn't want to leave the American people without nothing, but he does want to make it better, because the original Obamacare was screwing a lot of Americans over. And then Trump came in, took off that individual mandate, which helped a lot of Americans, but he wanted to do more. Sadly, he didn't get to. Well, thank God, now he does. I mean, hey, man, y'all shouldn't have stole that last election. Now here we are with Trump again. Hey, shout out to my man Monty with the buckets. And shout out to the buckets for you liberals to drop y'all tears in.
Some of this pain and despair, how do you give them hope?
Well, up till now, there hasn't been a great deal of pain. There could be a great deal of pain, but up till now, there hasn't been. I will say this, just hang in there, because I think a lot of good things are going to happen. That's all I can say. I mean, I think a lot of good things could happen, and that could also pertain to healthcare.
Follow-up question.
I've seen a surge in attacks on ICE agents across the country, including the shooting in Dallas and over the weekend in Chicago. We saw 10 cars boxing in on ICE agents and another one ramming into an ICE vehicle.
Yeah.
We have heard Secretary Noem saying that some of these attackers are actually organized and they're planning to kill
Sure.
and ambush these officers.
Right.
What are the consequences for you?
Very severe. We're going to have very severe. We're going to find out who's going after our federal agents. So when you look at Chicago,
I mean, whoever made that ICE tracking app, y'all should go after them first, because they're the ones who truly put the ICE agents in danger. And I'm gonna be quite honest, the rhetoric against the ICE agents and the action that's being taken against them is getting out of hand. Chicago, officially, bro. This guy, Brandon Johnson, bro, this guy cannot be a serious mayor, bro. I damn near wake up every day thinking, like, is Brandon Johnson really a mayor? Like, is this really reality that we're facing? Because this man walked up on live national television and said that we're going to have a ICE-free zone. Like, bro, what are you talking about? You're gonna have an anti-immigration enforcement zone. So you're pretty much gonna create a safe haven for all the illegals to come in and say that, oh yeah, this is an anti-ICE zone. Are you serious? Like this can't be real at a certain, like, I didn't think it was real until I seen it for myself, guys. I was just like, y'all just can't do any lower, can y'all? Can y'all? Like, please let me know. Like, how worse could it get? Next thing you're gonna know, they're gonna have pro-rape areas.
We've had probably 50 murders in the last 6 or 7 months, 8 months. Many, many people shot, like 30, 40, 50 people shot. Didn't die, but they've been shot. It's like a war zone. And then I listened to the governor and the mayor get up and say how they have it.
Hey, and shout out to my man Mac Roar. He says universal health care will not be better than this. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the downsides of the whole universal health care thing. And then especially the price of it. Like, I'm be honest, especially if we skimp on the price of it, people are really going to get shorted on health care. So shout out to my man Monty coming in with the the buckets, the American flags, and the money. I mean, hey, shout out to my man Monty. And shout out to the supporters, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Control. They don't.
Let's have some fun tonight.
It's probably worse than almost any city in the world. You could go to Afghanistan. You can go to a lot of different places, and they probably marvel at how much crime we have. Then you go to Memphis, where we are right now. Now, it's just like in Washington, D.C. right now. You people know better than I do because you have to live right inside. And so many of the press have come to me. They've said, I can't believe it. It's changed so much. We have a safe city in Washington. Memphis will very soon have a safe city. Chicago can be very, very safe. It's going to be very safe. But Chicago is going to be very safe. And you say, why is it that a governor?
I mean, I don't know, man. This man is, hey, their mayor's trying hard. They're trying really hard. I mean, he literally got the police not to help ICE out. They're they're over the speakers saying it. They're over the radio saying it. So you can't even deny it at this point. Then he want to talk about ICE-free zones. I mean, bro, you might as well let the gang members have an area where they can just shoot it out. Like, just have a war zone. Yeah, the gang members can just go right here. Y'all can shoot it out, just section right here. Oh, yeah, and F the civilians that live here. We're just going to call this a war zone. It is what it is. We're going to treat them like the Palestinians. They died. It's okay. They're in a war zone. All right, maybe I took that joke too far.
I wouldn't accept free help from regardless. I mean, whether it's National Guard or the military or anybody. I mean, if women raped and beaten and knocked to hell, and the same with men where they're being shot all over the place in large numbers. I mean, we had a week in Chicago where 11 people were murdered and 38 people were shot. And then we have a governor get up and say, oh, it's safe. We can handle it. He can't handle it. He's an incompetent guy. That's why they threw him out of the family business. Damn. They threw him out. I knew the family business very well.
Damn.
And they threw him out. And now he's a governor. And he should say, we'd love to have a safer place. Chicago's a great city potentially.
Hey, bringing up Pritzker's family beef is crazy though. But hey, I mean, rich people know other rich people's drama. I mean, come on now. When you stay in those circles, you hear things. And for Trump to just lay that out there like that, I mean, come on, Trump. That is a low blow. Like, dang. He said, man, what you mean? How's he running a state? I mean, his own family don't even trust him to run the family business. Like, what y'all thinking?
I told you, the head of the Union Pacific Railroad said, sir, save Chicago. It's a great city. It's going to be lost if you don't do it. We have no.
Oh, shout out to my man Monty for another $2 super chat with the buckets, the American flag, and the almighty dollar.
Sir, save Chicago. It's a great city. It's going to be lost if you don't do it. We have no choice but to do this. And when judges give us rulings that, you don't have to do it. Portland is on fire. Portland's been on fire for years. And not so much saving it. We have to save something else because I think that's all insurrection. I really think that's really criminal insurrection. So I appreciate the question. These are unsafe places. We're going to make them safe. So you see what's going on in Memphis. Not pretty, but you know what? We're doing a pretty job because it's going to be a very safe place in a little while. And the people of Memphis are so happy that we're there. And the people of Chicago. So you have black women with MAGA hats on in Chicago, all over the place. They want the guard to come in, or they don't care who comes in. They just want to be safe. And they really don't care. You know, there was one woman, and she was great today. She said, you know what? I don't care if it's the National Guard, the Army, the Marines, the Air Force. I don't care who comes in as long as we're safe. And that's the way most of the public feels. We're going to make Chicago really great again, and we're going to stop this crime. Then we're going to go to another one, and we're going to go city by city. We're going to have safe cities. And it was so great that we started with our nation's capital, one of the worst. I mean, so many people, every week, somebody was killed. They'd come from Iowa, they'd come from Indiana.
I mean, it's amazing. I do love how they finally put like a magnifying glass on Chicago and pretty much letting the United States know, like, yo, this is real. Like, people are dying of gang violence, of just shootings. Like, people almost every day are getting wounded from gunshot wounds. It's out of control there. And for some reason, you got your Pritzker, and then you also got the mayor saying that everything is all good. Keep it pushing, people. Trump's lying. And I mean, real with you, that's damn near disrespectful to the people of Chicago. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody else around Chicago, they're doing all right. But Chicago, especially Southside Chicago, is living in a war zone. And Pritzker knows it. The mayor knows it. But hey, I mean, as long as you can make money and stuff a bunch of immigrants in there, I guess you don't really got to solve the problem. As long as you can make money off it. And shout out to my man Monty for the baller alert. He says America pays for everybody else's free healthcare. Just the fact that we're giving everybody military support and protection. The world means other countries don't have to and are able to offer this free healthcare. Actually, you know what? Shout out Monty, by the way. But you know what? Shouldn't it be known? I thought that it would be an eye-opening moment for the world when Trump announced, or when the pharmaceutical CEO of Pfizer announced that, yeah, we do charge, I'll be real with you, we make 70% of our profits off the Americans because we charge them the most, so we can charge other countries less. Right there should have let other countries know that, yeah, there's a reason why your prescription cost is low and you have free healthcare. Because somebody else is paying for it. Somebody else is paying more for it. And that's just the sad reality of it. And I'm be real with you. If we done cut military aid to some of y'all countries, you will be paying for healthcare the next day. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. And you know what? I mean, hopefully that don't happen for y'all because some of y'all just ain't ready for that reality.
They want to see the Jefferson Memorial, the Lincoln Memorial. They want to see something, and they'd get shot. And you'd call their parents, I'm sorry, but your son is dead. And they go, what do you mean he's dead? Came to Washington, D.C. Not anymore. That's not happening anymore. We have a safe place. We have a safe capital. It's as safe as we have probably almost just about in the country. And if you look back 6 months ago, 7 months ago, this was a death trap. You look back during the Biden, I mean, what they did, how badly they managed things. And almost all of these cities, most of these cities are Democrat run. And we don't care, Democrat, Republican, we're going to make them safe. So we have to save Chicago. It's very important. And you can't have a governor getting up and saying it's good when 11 people were shot over a weekend. What?
The Insurrection Act?
Man, shoot, 11 people were shot and probably no suspect caught, most likely.
Well, I'd do it if it was necessary. So far, it hasn't been necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. I mean, I want to make sure that people aren't killed. We have to make sure that our cities are safe. And it's turning out, and we started with DC. It's been so successful. Think of it. People wouldn't go to restaurants. The restaurants were closing. We were losing a lot of restaurants, as you all know. And now restaurants are opening and they're thriving. And I went 2 weeks ago and it was great. I'm going to go again. I felt very safe, very safe. Forgetting about guards and Secret Service. And
to be quite honest with you, people done turned the National Guard into a tourist attractment. Into a tourist attractment. Like, they're really taking pictures with these guys. So people are going, oh, it's scary. It looks like a military state. Nah, people are walking right next to the people who swore to protect them. I mean, makes sense to me. I don't know why you got to sit there and make a doomsday scenario out of it, but hey, that's you though. That's you. And shout out to my man Monty once again for the buckets, the American flag, and the almighty dollar. And Dems, like, come on, guys. Once again.
Stop whining. You kids are soft. You lack discipline.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole clip.
It would have gone, it would have been very safe. DC is a great, and look at the cleanliness of DC. Look at how it's clean. You don't have tents all over the place. We had parks where you couldn't even walk through the park. You had people from tents, and they were violent people. Some of these people were violent people. We have a great, safe capital again. And if you look at it in 6 months from now, it'll be the most beautiful anywhere in the world. It's being cleaned. The graffiti's all gone now. The tents are all gone. We have a capital that you can be proud of, but it'll only get better with time.
Tomorrow is October 7th, the 2-year anniversary of the original Israeli attack. Do you expect a Gaza deal tomorrow, or any sort of hostages deal tomorrow?
I think we're going to have a deal. It's a hard thing for me to say that when for years and years they've been trying to have a deal with Gaza, but I mean, literally for centuries. Okay, if you really think about it, but we're going to have a Gaza deal. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And what do you hear from about the talks?
I mean, honestly, we've been trying to settle this beef since Jimmy Carter. I mean, yeah, we've been trying to settle the beef since Jimmy Carter. Came close with the Oslo Accord with Bill Clinton. And then, we were, it wasn't close to the Oslo Accord, but Trump did pretty good with the Abraham Accords. So, yeah, we've been trying to solve this problem for a while, the whole Palestinian and, Israel situation. Shout out to my man Monty. He's like, France is a part of NATO and thus protected by the U.S. They save on military by a use of the United States. Yeah, by abuse. Yeah, save on military. Yep, by abuse of the United States. So, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Come on now. Come on. Do you not really understand how we were really actually truly helping people out with NATO? We're literally we're protecting you guys. Sometimes have NATO troops, aka American troops, to protect you guys. So you guys don't got to spend money on troops or the military to protect yourselves. I mean, now you guys do, but let's be honest. Like what we were doing with NATO before Trump was honestly a sweetheart deal for the rest of the world or the other NATO countries.
Well, I'm the one that got the hostages back. Remember that, I'm the one that.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I got them back.
Israeli citizens are celebrating what you've accomplished
Yeah.
in this deal.
Here it is.
Should it come through, there will be a lot of celebration on the streets of Israel. The hostages' families, have they been in contact with you with regard to this deal that could happen?
They're so happy about it. It's like they can't breathe. One said, "I can't breathe." It's very sad because you have hostages and you have people that are no longer living, but the parents, and I've said this to you many times, the parents want the bodies of their boy back, the bodies of, their loved one back. In most cases, they're young men and they're dead. And there's probably 32 or so, about that number. Nobody knows exactly what the number is. They want that body back as much as if their son were alive.
And I do believe they're like, dang, how much is the host? Like about 40 of them dead and alive altogether. And here's the thing. Now, Hamas is going to give those guys back for what I've seen was about 6,000 Palestinian prisoners, or as well, Israel says, Palestinian terrorists. So that's how the deal's supposed to work out. And that's one of the reasons why, what was it? The Samson Initiative was invented.
I've been with them. Many have come to the White House, to the Oval Office. I've been with many of the people that I got released. We have a fantastic group working on it. Steve Witkoff has been amazing. Jared, I took Jared out because Jared's a very, you don't find anybody more capable. And we have the A+ team working on it. I think we've made tremendous progress. The people of Israel wanted to happen, but the people related to hostages.
I messed it up, I think.
You see in Israel, tens of thousands of people, they really want the hostages back and they really want things to end. And I think Hamas now has been, all I can say is they've been fine. They've been fine. I hope it's going to continue that way. I think it will. I really think we're going to have a deal. We have a really good chance of making a deal, and it'll be a lasting deal. We want to have peace. This is beyond Gaza. Gaza is a big deal, but this is really peace in the Middle East. And the amazing thing is we have every Arab country, every Muslim country, we have every country surrounding. They all want. I spoke with President Erdogan of Turkey. He's fantastic. He's been pushing very hard. He's a very powerful guy, and he's been pushing very, very hard to get this deal done. And Hamas has a lot of respect for him. They have a lot of respect for Qatar. They have a lot of respect for UAE and Saudi Arabia. We have everybody is on our side to get this deal done. There's never been anything like it. Nobody's ever seen it. There's always been like 80% of them don't want something done. I think virtually we even had a signal, a very strong signal, as you know, from Iran. They'd like to see this done.
Yeah. I mean, all of the countries are on board as long as they're saying that Palestinian has a way to, become a state and to govern themselves. That's what they're aboard on. I mean, to be quite honest with you, that's always been the plight of the Arab nations when it came to Palestine, is that they want Palestine to be governed themselves. They want Palestine to be a state. And it's just been something that we've been kind of ignoring for a while. And because we've ignored this is why the conflict has been, well, honestly, ongoing for so long.
Yes.
Mr. President, Governor Abbott offered up the Texas National Guard to you. Have you had any other conversations with other red state governors?
Oh, and shout out Mac Roar. Don't even get me started on Israel, bro. What was the name of that, of that military initiative that Israel set off to where they can start, unaliving their own citizens to avoid, prisoner swapping? Because every time they do a prisoner swap, for one Israeli, they'll give up like 100 Palestinians. So to avoid those, they'd rather just, start taking out their own citizens. It's a real military act. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was.
Yeah, they're willing to offer. Every one of them is
Hannibal Directive. The Hannibal Directive. Thank you, Tay.
willing to offer whatever we need. We thank Governor Abbott of Texas. Every one of the red state, as you call them, red state governors is willing to give whatever we need because they want our agents protected. These ICE agents have a tough job. They have to go in and get, in many cases, stone cold criminals, hardened criminals, long-time criminals. And every essentially Republican governor has offered up whatever we need. And some Democratic governors also. Daniel?
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you. Quick question on the subject of the
Oh, and shout out to my man Monty for sending in about 6 joules. Appreciate the support.
order.
Hopefully y'all enjoy the animations.
Previously speaking, they shut down Alaska for business. You reversed it on day one. You opened it up, going after all the critical minerals. This mission of yours, Secretary Berger.
Oh God, we got 400 plus y'all in here, man. Let's make sure to double tap that screen and like the video, guys. Let's get more people in on the conversation by double tapping that screen.
Secretary, right, to boost our own independent production of critical minerals, rare
Well,
earths.
it's
Can you
necessary,
just talk
right?
about how important that is over the next 4 years, sir?
Well, it's very necessary. In the past, we were able to go to other countries, buy whatever we want. But all of a sudden, if those countries are hostile, and by the way, China hasn't been. We've made deals with China. They approved the TikTok deal. Everyone said you'd never get the TikTok deal approved. They approved it. And
Hey, and shout out to my man Monty. He's like, anyone want to sub to my channel? I want to start lives, but I need subs. And shout out to my man Monty. Hey, dude, I'll sub. And guys, hey, make sure to sub to my man's Monty's channel. Yeah, let's go ahead and help him out. Let's get him started on the YouTube journey. Hey, bro, if you got any clips of any debates you want me to send you, I got you.
we have great people buying it. Big, strong American companies are buying it. The most prestigious companies there are, actually. And they're going to make sure everything's good. But President Xi was great. He approved it. So I'm not saying hostile, but it's good to have our own minerals. And we create a tremendous value by creating a road. We build a road that only we can do because we have the rights to do it, number one, and we have the power to do it. And so we build a road that's over 200 miles long through a very beautiful area of the world. Actually, it's incredible. When you look at it, it's incredible, but a rough area from the standpoint of building. So we get a road done. And with that, we unleash billions and billions of dollars of wealth. It's pretty amazing when you think of it. And it's wealth that we need if we're going to be the number one country. We're number one now with AI. You probably read we're beating everybody with AI at levels that nobody ever thought even possible. And one of the reasons we are is because of energy. So our grid is old and tired, like most grids are. They get old with time. I mean, you know, the older you are, the older the grid gets, right? But I've allowed the people building AI or other plants, other types of plants, but AI in particular, because they need so much electricity, I've allowed them to build their own power. And it's been amazing. They're building massive plants, and with the plant, they're building their own electricity. They've become a utility in a sense. I said, maybe you'll do better with the utility than you do with the AI. I don't know. But we're letting them build their own electricity. So we don't have to worry about the grid. We don't have to worry about anything. And they're going to build it in such a way that if they have excess capacity, they're going to put it back into the grid. It's pretty amazing. So when they build, we're giving them.
Yep, adding to the energy supply, thus lowering energy costs, of course. Hey, it's a good plan.
Permits to build.
It's a pretty good plan.
Their own
Be real.
electric power plants, and it's
And shout out to Sid. He says Stephen Miller is the real president, not grandpa. Come on, Sid. Come on. Because you know we're going to have to play Stephen Miller now. Actually, it was already lined up. But I just don't get the hate that the Dems have for Stephen Miller. Like, is it because he's bald? Is it because he's bald? Like, I don't know. Just be honest.
incredible when you see what they're doing. And because of that and other things that we're doing, we're leading every country. Nobody's even close to us with AI. And AI seems to be the big thing. I don't know. I can't tell you that. There are a lot of people building, and a lot of people have high stock prices because of AI. So a lot of people think it's great stuff. And I think it's great stuff. I look at it, it's amazing what it can do. In terms of medical costs, in terms of knowledge, it's basically information, and information at a level that nobody thought possible before. So we'll see. But they're building plants where you saw the one overlay that I did where, in this case, it's Meta. One of their plants is essentially almost the size of Manhattan. And that's a building, it's a building that covers Manhattan. So it's big stuff. And nobody's even close to us. We're leading AI by so much.
Mr. President,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Since the start of your administration, we've seen a lot more Americans wanting to join ICE. And as we're seeing more attacks on them right now, what's your message to rank and file ICE agents who are trying to do their jobs, but are facing 1,000% increase in attacks?
I love your questions, I like you. So who are you with?
I'm with NTV.
Very
I was
good.
the one who got mugged.
You were the one, that's what I thought. You got mugged. You're not getting mugged anymore. She was really, you're lucky to be with us with that deal that happened. I know all about that. Not anymore, though. You feel a different world out there, right?
Totally. Be safe with the baby now.
Oh, good. Well, you're safe now. Nobody's going to be hurting you in any way.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. President, on the Supreme Court today.
Thank you. So the bottom line on your question, we're just going to make things real safe. We're going to have a country that you can be proud of, not a country that you read about every day where somebody gets mugged from behind or hit over the head with a baseball bat. Those people aren't with us any longer. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. On today's
Shout out, he's like, you know why people don't like Miller. I can tell. No, I mean, honestly, I just think because he's just someone, he's a white guy that works for Trump and he speaks out on immigration. And those are two things that, the Dems don't really feel too kindly about. I mean, so it makes sense that y'all hate Miller just off the archetype, but I don't know. I don't really like personal history of Miller for you guys can latch on and be like, oh, F this guy. I mean, bro, you might have to show me something.
Yeah. Well, I had a great talk with the president of Brazil, who's a good man. I met him actually at the United Nations. I was going up to make a speech and I didn't have a teleprompter. I was walking up to my teleprompter. I said, I don't have a teleprompter. But just before that, I met with President Lula and I found him to be very good. I mean, we had a very good talk for about, 2 minutes. And then I went up to make a speech, and I was surprised to see. How would you like that one, Doug? I've got every leader in the world sitting out there. My teleprompter isn't on. You know why, Daniel? Because it was a rigged deal. But fortunately, I made a better speech than I would have if I read it off a teleprompter, which is pretty easy to do. So it was quite a day. That was a big day, but we met and we liked each other. And yeah, we had a great conversation. Yeah, we'll start doing business.
And are you considering traveling to Brazil for COP30?
At some point I would, and he's going to come here. We talked about that.
And a follow-up question on Israel. Israel government has been arresting and deporting activists that were traveling to Gaza.
And shout out Sid for coming in. He says, the dude is Nosferatu. Look it up. Uncanny. I mean, God damn it, Sid. I mean, come on, bro. Besides his funny looks, like, right? Like, why? Come on, why? Like, I know he looks funny, sure, but come on now. He got good policies in my eyes. And let's be real, he's the kind of the guy running Trump's whole immigration thing. So I can see why the hatred is pointed in his direction. But is that all though? Is that really it?
Today, Greta Thunberg, for instance, also some.
Well, she's just a troublemaker, you know. I mean, she's no longer into the environment now. She's into this. She's a troublemaker. She has an anger management problem. I think she should see a doctor. She needs anger. If you ever watch her, she's a young person. She's so angry. She's so crazy. Now you can have her. You can have. She's just a troublemaker. Yeah, please.
The President's term today, Mr. President.
Say it.
The Supreme Court is back in session. They rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means the only chance at getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're open to?
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
You know, I haven't heard the name in so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what
They
happened?
said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it. I will speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider. I don't know anything about it. So, but I will speak to the DOJ.
Why would she be a candidate for clemency, sir?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to speak to the DOJ. I'll look at it. I have a lot of people have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
But she was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I'd have to ask.
So pretty much saying like, yo, I get all types of requests from all types of people for a pardon. I mean, she sent her request in for a pardon. He got to look at it and he'll see what he does from there. But here's the thing, though. I mean, I feel like Trump should be read in enough. This is fair criticism for me to say. I think Trump should be read in enough to say, no, Ghislaine Maxwell's not getting no type of pardon from me. I mean, try the next presidency, but not this one. He should have said that. But I don't know. This wasn't the right way at all to say, like, bro, you should have just said no, not that I'm going to look at it. It just makes you look bad. I do hear what he's saying. Like, well, I'd have to look at it. I'm not sure if it looks funny. He may do it, but bro, Trump, you will literally shoot yourself and every Republican after you in the foot if you do that.
DOJ. I didn't know they rejected it. I didn't know she was even asking for it.
Oh, man, and shout out to you guys, man, because you ought to open up the call-in line. And shout out Misfit Supervisor saying open up those lines. Shout out to my man, Mac Roar. He says, let's get it. Calls open. And shout out to my man, Monty. Should have just said no. Facts. I'm like, bro, why, Trump? Why? Like, bro. Just say no. Never. Not in your lifetime.
Frankly, Steve.
Have you made a decision on whether to supply Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine or sell them to NATO and let them sell them to Ukraine?
Yeah, I've sort of made a decision pretty much. If you consider, yeah, I think I want to find out what they're doing with them.
Yes.
You know, where are they sending them? I guess I'd have to ask that question. That war should never have started, would have never started. Such bad judgment was used there. I think on both sides, by the way. But nobody looks good with the war with Russia and Ukraine. Nobody. It's been a horrible. This week they lost over 7,000 soldiers between the two of them. This is every week they're losing 7,000, 8,000, 5,000.
They have a range of like 1,500 miles or something, so they'd be able to.
No, I know. No, I would ask some questions. I want to see what's. I'm not looking to see escalation.
Yes. And tomorrow you're meeting with the Canadian Prime Minister. What's on the agenda for that?
Well, I guess he's going to ask about tariffs because a lot of companies from Canada are moving into the United States. You know, everybody's moving back into the U.S. and he's probably
Like some of them auto manufacturers and split up production right back into United States because, well, due to the tax on cars not made in the United States is going to make it too expensive for them to operate in Canada. So they're going to go ahead and bring themselves right back over to America. And the thing is, I mean, these are American companies anyway, so welcome home.
going to be asking about tariffs. They're losing a lot of companies in Canada. They're coming into they left here. They left here 20 years ago when presidents that sat right at this desk weren't doing their job properly. They were probably good politicians, but they weren't good at business, and they allowed these companies.
Oh, and now the call link has been posted about 0 seconds ago. There we go, right there.
To leave. And all they had to do is do what I'm doing right now. And, you know, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing to do, but it is. It's effective. We're a rich country again. We're a powerful country because, you know, I've ended 7 wars. At least half of them was because of my ability at trade and because of tariffs. If I didn't have tariffs to throw around a little bit, you would have at least 4 wars raging right now with thousands of people a day being killed that aren't happening. We settled. You know, we settled 7. We're getting close to settling 8. That would be a big one. And that's something that could happen. But so I think he's coming probably to talk about tariffs because a lot of companies are leaving Canada to come into the U.S. And they're leaving Mexico. And by the way, they're leaving China. They're leaving all over the world to come into the U.S. Nobody's actually seen anything like it.
Would you shift your position on tariffs in response to whatever you
Well,
said?
I mean, look, my positions turned out to, everybody said I'm right. They find billions of dollars that they didn't even know they had. Recently, they said they found billions of dollars and they couldn't understand. I said, check the tariff shelf. And they come in the next hour and they said, sir, you're right. It was from the tariffs.
All right.
We're a rich, really rich country again. But more importantly, maybe influence. If I didn't have the power of tariffs, you would have at least 4 of the 7 wars raging. I use tariffs to stop wars. If you look at India and Pakistan, they were ready to go at it. 7 planes we shot down. They were ready to go at it. And they're nuclear powers. And I don't want to say exactly what I said, but what I said was very effective. They stopped. And that was based on tariffs. It was based on trade. Tariffs are very important for the United States. We are a peacekeeper because of tariffs. Not only do we make, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars, but we're a peacekeeper because of tariffs.
Mr. President.
On the shutdown, Mr. President, the shutdown that occurred during your first term last year.
You know, Trump threatening tariffs and trade does work on these smaller countries. They work on smaller countries to, you know, resolve conflicts. But trust me, that was not going to work on Ukraine and Russia. Trust me, it was not going to work in that conflict.
35 days.
Yeah.
How long do you expect this shutdown to go?
Well, you don't know. Look, I can say this, that it would have not happened except for the Democrats. The Democrats are very foolish. They've lost their way. And we have a new thing now. When you look at it's called crime. It's called absolute, as Biden would say. Well, I won't say what he would have said. Remember when he said it's a 3-letter word? No. Remember that one? Everybody's saying, what was that all about? He probably meant exclamation point or something after the word. But this is a 5-letter word, crime, C-R-I-M-E. And we want to put it out and are putting it out. And they don't seem to care about it, but they do care. I believe that Pritzker and this mayor of Chicago that like to say about they don't have it under control. Not only is it not under control, it's the opposite. And I believe they're afraid. They're scared for their lives. I believe that the Portland people are scared. You look at what's happened with Portland over the years. It's a burning hellhole. And then you have a judge that lost her way, that tries to pretend that like there's no problem. Actually, she's not even saying that. There's a huge problem in Portland. I'll tell you what the problem is, crime. Okay, crime. There's a huge problem in Chicago. It's called crime. And we want to put out the crime, and they want to inflame the crime. And why they want to, I don't know. But it could be that Pritzker is scared for his life. Yeah.
You placed that judge on the UN. Do you have an update on the investigation into what happened to you at the UN last month? And also, what's your message to Americans who are concerned about your and your family's safety as you're very out in public attending?
Yeah, I am out there. There's no question about it. Well, at the UN, we had a problem with the teleprompter. We had another problem that nobody has actually talked about. The people in the room didn't hear my speech. Did you know that? The people in the room, they didn't have any loudspeakers and they didn't hear my speech. And I thought I made a really good speech. I mean, considering I didn't have the use of teleprompter, which is unusual, but I made a speech. I could have walked off the stage. I guess most people, Doug, I think most people would have just said, we'll see you in about a half an hour, right? But, they obviously turned off I think they turned off the teleprompter, but there was a reason that it didn't work. I actually know the reason. They didn't let the teleprompter person into the room, okay, which is essentially the same thing. So I made a speech. It turned out to be a very good speech, got good reviews. I went out to.
I mean, you grilled the entire UN, told them that they can do better, pretty much told them that they start more conflicts than they resolve. Yeah, and you started grilling a whole lot of countries to their faces. Yeah, Trump, I mean, it was epic. Let's be real. It was pretty damn epic, but cutthroat. At the same time,
To the audience after the speech, I saw my wife. I said, how good was that speech? Was that unbelievable or what? She said, I didn't hear a word you said. I said, what do you mean? She was sitting in the front. I said, what do you mean? She said, you couldn't hear anything that you said. The speakers were turned off. So I think that's pretty bad stuff, right? Especially since we support most of the United Nations. And yet I still want to keep it in New York because I think the United Nations has tremendous potential. If properly run, the United States has tremendous potential. But think of this. I settled 7 wars. I never spoke to the United Nations about it. Not one of them. You look at, and those were wars that were raging a long time. And in many cases. And I settled 7. I never heard from they didn't help me. They should be able to settle the wars. I shouldn't have to be settling the wars. Yeah, please.
I think last week you signed the security guarantees for Qatar.
Yeah.
Do you see any role for the Senate in that? Do they have to vote on that, or do you think?
Well, I wouldn't mind if they did. If they want to, they'd let me know. Nobody said that, but Qatar has been very, very helpful to us in this process. And I think you'll find that. I think maybe the most influential, very influential, very strong. With Hamas, they're very strong. And Turkey's likewise been helpful. I mean, honestly, UAE, Saudi Arabia, everybody's been helpful. I just spoke today with the King of Jordan, and he's been terrific too. I can't think of any country that's been negative about this. This is why it should happen. I mean, everybody wants it to happen. And usually when everybody, including, I think, Hamas, and when they want it to happen, it's going to happen.
James Comey is being arraigned on Wednesday, obviously after his indictment. Are you worried that your own statements calling for his prosecution could help him actually in his defense of this case?
No, I think he's a crooked guy. He's a dirty cop. Comey, I think he's a dirty cop. He's recognized by many people to be a dirty cop and dishonest guy. So all I have to do is, I mean, I have nothing to do with the case. I just say,
But you called him body to prosecute him.
good luck.
No, I don't call anybody. You know what? I'm allowed to do that if I wanted to do that. But Comey's a crooked guy. He has been for years. And he got caught. Look, he lied. This is just a simple case. He totally lied. And then he confirmed the lie on, I guess, numerous occasions, or at least one occasion. He confirmed the lie. He said, that's what I said, and I stand by it. And, I mean, the guy, and he didn't say, to the best of my knowledge. He didn't say, well,
shout out Monty. He said, shout out Monty. He says, Sid, constantly immersed in delusion. I mean, well, I got to admit, it's pretty damn clever. Well,
I don't remember. He made a very definitive statement and a very important statement concerning him. And he got caught in an outright lie. And that's why a group of people, it wasn't me that voted, they voted to indict him. But he's a crooked guy, in my opinion. And we'll find out. The court's going to determine that in a little while, I guess, yeah.
President, do you expect to announce farm relief this week?
Yeah, I'm going to do some farm stuff this weekend.
You have a
Yeah, please.
Navy yesterday celebrating.
It was unbelievable.
250th. Can you talk about that? And as we get closer to America's 250th, you've initiated.
But all right, though, it is about to round out here. Now let's go to not an open rebellion. So we're gonna get to our guy Sanchez. Question Stephen Miller. Now, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the host in a little bit here. So sorry, guys, give me about a couple more minutes. In the meantime, I'll let this video play out for a bit so we all get the idea what the topic is.
Illinois and the city of Chicago are filing a lawsuit against the Trump administration over deployments of National Guard troops. Joining us now to comment, White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Stephen Miller. My question was whether the administration still plans to abide by that judge's order restricting any National Guard troops from being sent to Oregon.
Well, the administration will abide by the ruling insofar as it affects the covered parties. But there are also many other options the president has to deploy federal resources and assets out of the U.S. military to Portland. But I was making the point that under federal law, Section Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has the authority anytime he believes federal resources are insufficient to federalize the National Guard to carry out a mission necessary for public safety. So it's important to understand that in Portland, ICE officers have been subjected to over 100 nights of terrorist assault, doxing, murder threats, violent attack, and every other means imaginable to try to overturn the results of the last election through violence. The most important point I'll make today is that number one and two items in the GOP platform in 2024 were to turn back the border invasion, the largest program in American history. Since Inauguration Day, there's been an orchestrated campaign.
All right, guys. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to Monty, Misfit, Sid, and my man Mac. How y'all doing?
I'm good, Seth. How you doing?
Just here to listen.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bud?
All right, it's all good. It's all good. And all right, guys. So what you guys think so far?
I've already watched this, and Stephen Miller's completely unhinged, man. And
okay,
you say like you don't understand why people don't like this guy. I mean, he's completely unlikable. He gets up there and yells and calls half the country insurrectionists, terrorists.
Okay. Then why don't you like
know,
him? He sounds like a Democrat politician.
Well, I don't like
What?
Democrats that do that either. So
No, I'm saying if he's like calling half the country, names and this, that, and the other thing, then I mean he's kind of par for the course, right? He
Honestly,
should be
this-
all right
not
with
really.
that.
What Democrat?
Let's be honest. At least Stephen Miller has a point, though. He has a point.
Not
He has a very
really.
good
He has an
point.
You
agenda.
guys don't. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you guys are rebelling. Well, not you guys, but it does seem like the Democratic Party is rebelling against the immigration policy of the United States.
Against having fucking military deployed to their streets, set against having the military deployed to their streets. Imagine if Biden,
Bro, when you're trying to go against immigration law that affects every citizen in this country, you got to do what you got to do.
Imagine if Biden deployed the military to Texas when they were putting up razor wire on the border.
He did.
He did. Dumbass. All right.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
my
didn't
Lord.
deploy
Bro, he said
federal
lawsuits
troops.
and all that. Actually, I think he said the
Lawsuits?
Rangers.
Lawsuits are not deploying the military to the state. to
There were
fucking patrol
lawsuits
around.
because he deployed the military.
He
to
has
the
used
state,
federal
no doubt.
force to stop a political agenda.
Do you want to bet, Monty? Do you want to bet?
You're the one that said it, dumb shit.
Do you? Yeah. So do you want to bet? You're the one claiming he sent troops to Texas.
He had federal agents down on the fucking border telling the fucking Texas
Federal
state-
agents or the military?
Oh my
That's what I
fucking
said.
god!
I-
Hey,
oh my
dumbass!
fucking
Hey,
God.
dumbass! What's
Hey.
the military? What's the military?
That's the military.
What's
are
the military?
troops.
What is
Federal
the
agents
military?
could.
What is the military?
The military are
Answer
soldiers.
the question.
Wait, let him answer. Let him answer.
The military are soldiers. Federal agents could be the FBI, could be the ATF, could be the DEA, could be the fucking ICE. That's different than the military. Yes or no?
What is the military? Answer the fucking question.
It's the The military is the military. What do you mean? They're not federal agents. The military is not an agency.
Okay, bud. The military is not an agency. Gotcha. Okay.
It's not though. It isn't.
The military absolutely is an agency, but that's
No.
beside the point.
Oh, so is the FBI the military?
But they have military tactics. Like you go
That's
to
not
the.
what I asked. That's not
Oh
what I
my
asked,
fucking
sir.
God, Sid. The
I
bottom
didn't
line
ask you.
is
I
he
didn't
deployed.
ask if they use military tactics.
The National Guard is not the military, dum dum. It's the National Guard. That's why it's called the
They
National
are
Guard and not the
a
military.
branch. They are a branch.
All right,
Really?
all right. I'm gonna have to put you guys in the corner for a little bit so we can move on with the conversation. So let's
I
just
thought
keep
he
it
was going to
pushing.
let me tucker myself out before he joined, but
Oh, don't worry, you'll be all right, Sid. But so you're pretty much, and I get what you're trying to say, but we're gonna move it along, and then we're gonna come back around to your point.
Of terrorism and violence against ISIS.
Oh, and shout out to my man Daniel Castro. He said they ignored the law and get mad at the consequence. Ain't that the truth?
Officers, of course, we saw the recent sniper attack against ICE officers. They're publishing their families' photos online. They're threatening them with murder. They're threatening them with death. And they're physically attacking them in the street each and every day.
And
yet,
you wonder why the
shamefully,
military's in the street,
mayor and
Sid.
governor in Portland and Oregon have refused to render
Excuse me.
aid, leaving ICE officers to street
You're not
fight
excused.
every
There's no
single
excuse
night
for
against
you.
these terrorists.
You make the claim
judge
of
that
terrorism.
just ruled against Trump had her house burned down. Are we deploying the military there as well?
It's not that doesn't mean anything. We don't have all the
Oh,
facts in that case.
okay.
We don't have all the
Okay.
facts. You gotta
Okay.
wait for all the facts to come out.
The edgelord troll, according to all his friends, that shot only detainees, not any ICE
Oh my
official.
God.
By the way,
On accident.
what? Really on accident?
You're
How do you
just-
know?
Wow.
Bro, he said he had anti-ice on the bullet. Of course the bullets
He
were meant for
wrote
ice.
anti-ice. If that was anyone that wrote like anti-gun on a shooting, you guys are on bullets during a shooting. You guys would all be like, "This is a fucking psyop. This is nuts. This is a
But
guy."
that didn't happen.
Nah,
Yeah,
not
but
at all. I mean, bro,
exactly, that didn't happen.
I'm be honest,
That
you got a
didn't
fat
happen.
Hispanic,
A
bro, you
guy
got a
that's
fat Hispanic
anti-ice
dude
wrote fucking
shooting at an ice
anti-ice.
Bro, all
facility.
Sid has is whataboutisms. That's all he
No,
has.
Oh,
these are
Sid,
fucking
Sid.
these are not
One day
these are
he'll
fucking
grow up.
these are false flags. These are false flags for real.
Your
Bro,
mom was
Sid,
a
you're
false
a false
flag. Can we
flag.
I
move
can't
on?
deal with this shit anymore.
All right, let's keep it pushing now. Let's give the video a good 5 minutes and then we'll come
It
back to
devolves
you
into
guys.
fucking chaos every time he's in here.
Well, Sid,
Only
try-
when I'm in
try
here
not-
with
try not
you.
to be-
We had a good
stereotypical.
we had a good conversation the other night, Set. It's only when it's Monty. For some reason.
No one can stand you, dude. Bro, I
That's
don't know.
not true.
We've done
I have a
polls
bunch of
to get you
friends.
out of here, and it's like 90-1.
Of course, it's an echo
Lord.
chamber.
All right, guys. I swear when
Such
you
an
two hop
echo
on-
chamber when it's like fucking half liberal, half conservative in here, but okay.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. All right. Let's get right back to it.
Assaults and violence attack over 100 nights, and yet the judge overseeing this case says that that's untethered from reality. And local officials on the ground say that Trump's assertion of what's happening is in Portland, that it's war ravaged and burning to the ground, is far from true. I looked at the police data, and police have made something like 70 total arrests since June. And there are no reports of buildings being burned to the ground. The White House cited a guillotine being rolled out as like a public display of rebellion, but there isn't actually a threat that these demonstrators.
Oh, and shout out to my man Jet. He says, "Can we trade Oregon and Illinois for Alberta yet?" I mean, yeah. I mean, that'd be a great trade, honestly. Why not? They got more resources.
Are going to overthrow the government. Are you concerned that that response weakens your legal argument?
Oh, and shout out to my man Daniel Castro for sending in a rumble rant. He says, "Remember when they sent the cops to run people inside off their porches with rubber bullets? That was American civilians, and the National Guard isn't the military, a state entity unless federalized." So then shout out Daniel Castro for pretty much dropping the facts for us.
Wow.
No, they are actually, as we speak, trying to overthrow the core law enforcement function of the federal government. Of course, this is, I think, where we're talking past each other. When ICE officers have to street battle against Antifa, hand-to-hand combat every night to come and go from their building, when they try to exit in a vehicle, when they are swarmed and surrounded and they try to tip the vehicle over, when people bring weapons to an ICE facility to try to engage.
Those are peaceful protests. This guy is just lying.
Didn't you say 5 minutes, dude? Didn't you say 5 minutes?
All right, hold on now. But now, honestly,
Sid,
it is hard to sit
donate
there
more than
instead of having
$6.
a
You can talk more.
like, guys. It is low-key hard to call this a peaceful protest when they're putting, makeshift guillotines outside.
I remember another peaceful protest when that happened. I think it was like January 6th, but
Yeah. But
how many people died on
but
January
that's
6th?
what aboutism, Sid.
Hey, how many people died on January 6th, Sid?
At least one.
Yeah, and what
At
side were
least
they on?
At
And what
least.
side were they on? You mean just one? The fucking protester that got shot by a cop?
Well, there were
An
multiple cops
unarmed
that committed
protester?
suicide. There were multiple cops that committed suicide in the days after, and
What? Oh
there
my
was one
god,
that's
dude.
there was one that. Sorry, are you gonna? Okay,
That's
I'll
by
mute
their
myself
own
again.
hand. That's by their own hand. They weren't taken out. They weren't taken out by people there. They were taken
Okay,
out by their own hand.
what cop has died in these protests?
None.
Nope. None. But they are getting assaulted though. So
Okay, and how many? 170 fucking plus cops got assaulted on January 6th. Just saying. You
I
guys,
know
and
you should
these-
hear about this too. I
It was
mean,
one day.
oh, you do
this
you
shit
do
goes
you?
on over
This has
and
been
over.
going on
I
for
cared about
100
them. So what
days.
about you, Sid?
How many buildings burned or people died after Charlie Kirk got assassinated?
Dude, the only reason people burned buildings when George Floyd got assassinated, it wasn't because
Tell me why. Tell me why.
it wasn't
Because
because
they're
people
Democrats.
love George Floyd. Like
Oh,
it was
they
because
love George Floyd. Okay.
So they're
no,
just
you're
being
not
out there
listening.
criminals.
The wife
Right.
being
All right, guys, hold on, guys. Hold on. We do gotta let him
You're not
finish his
listening.
sentence.
No, I'm sorry.
You are doing what you accuse me of doing all the time.
Yeah,
It
how
wasn't
does it
because
feel? How does it feel? How
you
does
do it
feel?
all the time. It's not the first time. You do it all the time. You're no different.
Wah, wah. You want a baba?
Yeah, that's how I feel about when you say it, dude. But I'm a one-man guy. So it wasn't people weren't protesting
I mean, at least you know
because
you're fucking one person and not a they them.
At least we know you're
people-
loyal, Sid.
oh my god. People were
Just
not
let him
protesting.
finish. Let him finish.
People were not
No, he does
protesting.
this shit all the time. So now he gets a taste of his own medicine. He thinks it's funny, so he thinks it's entertaining. So I'm gonna keep doing it.
But just don't do what he does. Just let him finish. Let him
Come
finish.
on, guys. Let's not get too out of hand here. We want to make sure everybody can enjoy the show. So, Sid, go ahead and explain.
People were not protesting and rioting because people loved George Floyd. People were protesting, and it got turned into riots in some spots because people thought that the person that killed him would not be brought to justice, and that person was a law enforcement officer. The difference between
He was
that and Charlie.
arrested. What are you talking about?
But it seemed like he
let
might
him
not
finish.
be
Let
brought
him
to.
finish.
It seemed like he might. Yeah,
he was
because he got
already
released.
arrested when the Minneapolis Police Department was burned to the fucking ground.
Dude, let him dig his own grave. Let him finish.
He was allowed to go to his house and was sitting there, and he was there for days after it happened. Days. And with
Because
Charlie
it was a
Kirk,
lawful use of force, and he died of a heroin overdose.
Okay, Monty. But with Charlie
So
Kirk,
we let mob rule fucking take over, and then he got arrested because there was no probable cause to actually arrest him.
Actually, Tim Walz deployed the National Guard. So, but anyway.
Oh, so he put military in the streets.
Well, that is what a governor can do that if they deem it necessary. I don't think.
But the president of the United States, basically fucking above all of the governors, can't. Got you, Sid. I'm glad to know that you're fucking intelligent.
I believe in states' rights, unlike a lot of Republicans these days, I guess. But yeah,
That's
if you
not
want
a
to,
states' rights issue. It's a fucking people's in the states' rights. I have a right to walk down the street and not be fucking violated by fucking Antifa. Yeah, I'm
which
glad
has
I can
never
now.
which has never happened to you. But
Really,
the
it's never
reasons,
happened to me. It's never
which
happened to me. I've never
no,
gone through
dude, it
downtown
has.
Seattle and not been.
Alrighty, guys. Now I do got to get over to this Rumble rant because you two are going back and forth, so we got to go ahead and keep pushing on that note. But let's
I
get
was
to the Rumble
trying to
rant.
finish the point, bro.
I know, Sid.
You
I
But
don't
know.
get
all
to
right,
finish your points. You're not wanted here.
I
Hey
mean,
guys,
all right,
let
No,
come
no,
on,
Seth
no,
run
no,
his
no, no,
show.
no, no, no,
come on,
no,
guys,
no,
come on, let's
no.
chill
That's
out.
not true. We
Let
That's
Seth
want
true,
run
to
his
guys.
hear
show,
I'll
better
guys.
leave. I'll
discourse.
leave. I'll leave. I'll leave. I'm not
No,
wanted.
no, no,
Bye,
no, no.
guys.
That's not my
Bye.
point.
Well,
Always a pleasure.
Watch it get way more peaceful now.
but right back to the show, guys. All right, guys. So shout out to my man Castro. He said the Dems just said rubber bullets and rear gas was incitement and escalation by the police, but they blamed the protesters on January 6th. Ain't that true? Shout out to my man Castro for sending a Rumble rant in on Rumble.
In direct violent assault against ICE officers, what is the purpose? It
Don't
is
worry,
to
guys. He'll be
prevent
back in like
immigration
5
and
minutes.
customs enforcement from carrying out the mission the American
Oh, he
people
left?
elected them to do.
You make the case.
Hold on, and shout out to this baller alert. Appreciate the support, my friend. He said, shout out Demon. He says, love your content, brother. Monty, you're a legend, fam. Sid, for the love of God, please just stop talking. I'm losing my brain cells listening to you.
That was so worth a super chat.
Well, I like Sid, but I do understand.
He'll be back. He does this thing where he tries to get people to feel sorry for him, and he'll leave, and he'll be back in like 5 minutes when.
It's not about feeling sorry for him. Just let him dig his own grave, man.
No, it's he doesn't stop talking. That's the issue. If you let him talk, he will fucking just run over everybody forever.
I feel you. I feel you.
He's done this a lot.
Look, when you and Sid get in here, bro, it is literally like, I ain't gonna lie, two rival boxers in the ring. It's always a very wild show.
It's not.
It's like
like
Jake Paul and Devontae Davis.
Bro, it's fucking two boxers, except one of them's a fucking 5-year-old and the other one's a fucking heavyweight champion, and he can't fucking. He's trying so hard. I have to pull my punches, but no, not anymore.
But dude, he's rage baiting though. Like
I
that's
know. That's why I want him to leave. He's not fucking productive at all. He's just saying things.
All right, let's get back to it.
Case that these are terrorists, but in what we've seen thus far, the actual incidents of people inciting violence and not responding to law enforcement attempting to disperse them are not an open rebellion. I mean, again, you make this characterization as though they're terrorists.
No, that's an open rebellion. If you guys are literally trying to go against the law of the land, which is the United States immigration policies, and you want to create ICE-free zones or stop ICE from doing their job, which is gathering up these illegals, then yeah, you kind of are pretty much saying F you to the government, F your laws, we're doing our own thing, which is, that's a bit rebellious, actually. Pretty much the definition of rebellion, but to each their own.
Well, we know who started this. I mean, Obama, when he just basically said we're not going to follow our immigration laws anymore, and it's just been snowballing since then.
Yeah, no, this is 100% fucking a rebellion. This is 100% people that have been let to do things. They see what happens in California. They see what happened in Seattle. They saw what happened in Minneapolis, and they feel even more empowered to do the same things. And now they're in for a rude awakening, and now they're so confused as to why they're getting thrown on the ground when they spit on somebody's face. They're so confused as to why there's snipers on top of the building when a sniper just took out detainees at a facility. Like, I saw a video the other day. Oh, these guys aren't even needed. What the hell? This is a peaceful crowd. as they're fucking rioting and throwing rocks at fucking vehicles that are driving down the street. So peaceful.
Exactly.
The
And then there's
misdirection of
the
words is crazy.
in Portland, there's that apartment building across the street from the ICE department, and the people there were continually like calling after 11 o'clock for noise ordinance, this, that, and the other thing, and the police just don't do a damn thing about it. It's been over 3 months where these people have not had a night's
Oh
rest.
God, he's back.
I
Every
gotta
time.
come clean.
I told
I
you
gotta
he'd be
come
back.
clean.
That was what, 3 minutes?
I was trying to get people to feel bad for me. You know, Monty was
They already
right.
do.
Bro, we don't feel bad for you because of what I did. We feel bad because
Man,
you're
no
just
one
so
cares. Stop
Exactly.
with it.
No. I was trying to get people to feel bad for me.
I know
Because
no one
Monty,
cares. No one cares.
Monty hurt my feelings and he
So,
wouldn't let me talk.
There's something you said I have a remark on.
Here's Maine.
Did you hear about the ICE agent who got boxed in by the gang members?
Yeah, the 10.
Is this a joke?
Oh no, it's real. That's real, actually.
No,
I know, but
I
it
know.
does
I
sound
know
like
you.
the setup to a joke. But yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so it's so funny that violence is being fucking thwarted against law enforcement officers. So funny, Sid. Keep laughing.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just trying to be lighthearted. I'm just trying to be lighthearted in a tragic time, dude.
We
Sorry.
actually
Are
kind of had
you
a good
kidding
conversation
me?
there for a minute.
Am I what?
Are you kidding me?
Right?
Yeah,
No,
literally.
I'm just trying to be lighthearted in a tough time.
He's
Yeah,
just a
that's what I
gross human
said.
being.
dude, I'm telling you, I know you
Yo,
came in
get
here
this
with good
dude out of
intentions.
here.
It is like the current
That didn't
Republican
take
Party.
long.
It is like the current Republican Party to censor anything they don't like.
Yeah,
So, not surprising.
Right. Jimmy Kimmel
Yeah.
got fired because he sucks.
Who
He's
said
not
anything about
funny.
Jimmy Kimmel? It's not just Jimmy Kimmel. And he got
Oh, who is
rehired,
it? Who
idiot.
else is it then? You? No one gives a shit about you.
It wasn't
Go
just
start your own
me.
fucking channel. We
I have
don't
my own
want you
channel.
here.
Well, honestly, yeah, I mean, trust me. If Sid and Monty had their own podcast, would have yelled at each other all day, I would watch it.
It wouldn't be a podcast. It would just be fucking pay-per-view fights all night.
Verbal
Let's
pay-per-view
get Monty
fight.
those subscribers so we can have
No.
Seth's channel for conversation.
I'd would Monty over if it was just one-on-one.
Buddy, I would fucking hurt you. I would not want to actually do that to you.
Hey, all right,
You
now
never-
all right.
You don't.
Let's
You
not do that.
Let's not get into that.
Well, all right, guys, come on now. We all know what that's going to dissolve into. But
Yeah,
all right,
a lot
so
of hospital bills for Sid.
oh, come on.
Good thing you're an EMT.
Well, all right.
I'll make sure I leave the state of Washington so I don't have to help you when I'm done.
I don't
You
live in
think he's going to give you free health care, Sid?
I don't want healthcare from him.
Is free health care good for
Hold
this
on,
country?
guys. Now I do got to go ahead and get to the super chat, so I have to go ahead and mute my guys Sid and Monty for a little bit. Shout out to my man Hellbat for riots to spam across months at a time, then to compare it to a day is disappointing for the Dems. By the way, call Sid by his nickname. He loves it. Hashtag Skid. All right.
Constantly immersed in delusion.
I mean, shoot, shout out Sid. All of us, man, you finally got an acronym. You're a legend now.
Oh,
Troll legend.
I'm infamous.
But all right, guys. All right. Let's get back to the video.
Sorry.
It is potentially a problem in the future for Republicans if a Democratic president someday calls the National Guard to a red state over what they see as open rebellion, but is amounts to a demonstration that gets rowdy. I mean, is that not
a
demonstration that gets rowdy?
Because it's a
I love
demonstration.
it.
And they have a sniper on top of a building firing a high caliber rifle at a nice facility because it's a demonstration. And they are engaged in a vehicle ramming.
But the National Guard isn't being sent to Texas.
Because it's a
That happened in Texas. Yeah, that happened in
Because
Texas.
the Dallas Police Department and the governor of Texas, well, you walked right into that one, have responded to every call for assistance and help. They gave a stand-down order in Chicago, and they gave a stand-down order in Portland. Do you realize that there's 11,000 federal law enforcement officers in Oregon? That's larger than the size of the FBI. Local and state police are resourced to deal with this kind of riotous assembly, but they have refused. They've been given a stand-down order. So
They've
we
arrested
need
some
to use
70
National
people
Guard and
since
federal
June.
troops
They've been
to
arresting
fill in
folks
that
on the
breach.
ground. They've been arresting folks on the ground. They
They
refute
haven't
what you're
touched-
saying outright.
No, ICE has been arresting
We
people.
literally have the 911
ICE
audio.
can't arrest
Stand-down order
people.
in Chicago.
Oh, federal law enforcement officers can't arrest people. Got it.
ICE can't detain American citizens, man.
Yes, they can if they interfere with fucking section U.S. Code 111. They absolutely can.
So you think
Why do you
all
think
the
they've been
arrests?
dragging them into the ICE facility?
You think all the arrests that have happened in these months have just been ICE?
No, there's other. Did I say that? No, I
You
didn't.
said ICE has been arresting people. That's what you said.
Yes, because you brought up 70 people, and I was like, yeah, ICE has been fucking doing that.
No, the CNN guy said that.
Yes, you're all the same.
You are all the same. You're all one person.
Can the FBI detain?
No, you're Tao.
Hi, man.
I mean, I'm just giving what he's given to me back to him. I don't know what else to do. This guy can't argue. This guy can't talk. He just gets flustered, screams, starts yelling.
How many debates have you and I had?
A lot,
that
actually.
did not devolve into this. Hey, Maine, how
He
many
said-
times have I argued with you?
Tons.
I haven't argued with Misfit because I can't. I argue very aggressively, and I don't like talking to women like that. But
He said, how many
Yeah.
times have I argued with you?
A lot, Sid. A lot.
Do I talk to you like I'm talking to Monty?
Yes, you do. I've
No,
been here
not
for
really,
it.
actually. So I would say it doesn't get into straight up yelling. Me and you will have our sarcastic whips at each other, but you and Monty go at it. You and Monty are a special
and
deal.
hey, man, how many times have we talked?
A few.
And do I start talking to you like I'm talking to Monty?
You've turned a conversation into calling me a racist plenty of times.
When? When did I ever call you a racist, man?
Oh my god, that was funny. That did not end how he thought it was going to.
No, it did not.
No, I think Main's confused. When did I ever call you racist?
So now he's
dude?
just too stupid to remember anything. Gotcha.
No, I don't think he's too
confused. He's
stupid.
old.
I might think he might be confusing me with someone else on the Discord. I've never called you a racist.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I remember the first time I met you in the Discord, Sid, you told me that every time you're around, everybody brings up trans people, and that really pisses you off. But that was literally the only time it happened, so that just put you off on a wrong foot with me, because just sound like you were exaggerating.
Well,
That's
you
all he
hadn't been
does.
reading the chat. You hadn't been reading the chat because
Oh, yep, and now
everyone
she's
kept.
too stupid.
No, you said every time. You said every time I'm around, it always goes back
So
to
we have to
trans.
read
Yeah,
the chat.
in the
Yeah,
Discord, that's what
but
it
it
always was
hasn't
going.
in months, bro. So that just shows me
That's not
it's
true.
dramatic. Just stop it.
Every time I talked in Discord with people, they would bring it back to trans people, especially Dave.
Well,
Wait, I think
except-
Seth has to
except
read
every time
something.
you bring it
hold
up,
on, guys.
it's
Hold
not
on
even a
now.
part of the conversation.
Hold up.
Now, all right, guys. Let's keep the conversation going because you went into bringing up trans people, and come on.
He's the one that brought it up.
I know.
No, I didn't. I did
Wait,
not.
Yes, you
Misfit did.
I don't even know.
Misfit said that. Misfit
I
said
did.
that.
Yeah,
Please tell me you can tell my voice apart from Sid's. Oh, good lord.
Shout out to my man Deem. He said, "Sid, are you stupid or dumb?" And Monty, help this man. And shout out to
I
this man.
can't help him. I thought I got rid of him the first
There we
time. I knew he
go.
would
There
be
we
back.
go.
You said you're in Washington, Monty?
Stop,
Yeet.
Sid. Stop. I have answered this question 1,000 times. I'm not going to just keep giving you information so you can fucking dox me.
Why would
Yo,
I
you
dox
guys
you,
should
dude?
seriously have your own channel. I swear to God, it would be so hilarious.
Sid would not be on my channel. Set is nicer than I am.
I would never dox anybody. I never have. So
Okay.
No, I mean you and Sid.
No,
Monty.
he would not. He would not be on my channel. I would fucking kill
yeah,
him.
this guy hates me. dude.
All right,
The only
let's
time
not
they'll ever
say
talk is on this
that
channel.
you are not without warrant.
That is the truest thing I've heard said say so far.
All right, guys. All right, but let's get right back to it.
And we have documented inside of DHS every single unresponded to 911 call over the recent weeks and months.
Do you have evidence that this campaign is coordinated? Are you planning charges on anyone who is actually coordinating said campaign?
Yes. So since the Joint Terrorism Task Force has gotten involved, we found that there are common funding, that there is common financing, that there are meeting points, that
for
is
what you're
carefully
describing as
orchestrated,
actual
it is carefully
terrorism.
integrated. Yes.
And you're going to charge someone with terrorism.
Well, so I would like to.
I bet you would like to, but that doesn't mean you're going to. Are you?
No. What I'm saying to you is the Congress has statutes on seditious conspiracy, on insurrection, on impeding federal law enforcement. The domestic terrorism statute in Congress obviously needs to be strengthened. For domestic terrorism in Congress, we have foreign terrorism charges. We have an entire patchwork of federal laws. To the extent that there are charges that apply, we will charge them in every single case. You have impeding law enforcement, you have seditious conspiracy, you have conspiracy to deprive of rights, you have assault against law enforcement officers, but all of
And
this
then you bring it all together with RICO.
Textbook definitions of domestic terrorism. I just want you, just for a moment, to step back and think about what we're talking about here. President Trump ran and won a campaign on turning back the border invasion.
You've said
you
that
have the mayor
several
of
times,
Chicago
Stephen. We have a limited amount of time, so let me ask you. Let me ask you about the governor of Illinois.
He declared a no-go zone. He declared a no-go zone for ICE. How is that not insurrection?
Stephen, we're set to hear from J.B. Pritzker in just moments. He says that you're attempting to inflame tensions and create a war zone. He also says that you are profiling.
They could just comply with federal orders.
Brown people, even those who turn out to be here legally. What's your response?
Well, first of all, the black people in Chicago are thrilled that we're getting the illegal aliens out of their communities who are stealing their housing, jobs, and resources. You've seen the video of the town halls during the Biden administration where black citizens who are native to Chicago were begging to have the illegals taken out of their country.
And they was also begging for the mayor to get brought up on charges.
Set.
Yeah, what's
just
up?
remember, they're just mad that their future voter base is getting sent home. That's all it is.
I mean, that's what it's sounding like. I don't know why they're fighting so
That's all
hard
it
for
is.
these guys.
They're not fighting for anything. They're fighting for votes, just like they fight for the black people's votes fucking every 4 years. They only care about votes. They only care about power, and that's all that they're. That's why you see insurrections in the street right now, because.
But here's the
people
thing,
know-
though. Like, they need to honestly get to understand, like, you guys are getting into that insurrection territory. I remember I was talking about this like 3 months ago. It's like, you guys are sounding a bit insurrection-y, like, especially when it came to ICE. Like, if you guys keep on impeding what ICE is doing, you are getting in the way of the government. You're getting in the way of law enforcement.
Just the fact,
and
just the
if
fact
they
that you
put
create
the National
autonomous
Guard on
zones-
you guys, and no, bro, and Monty, what's even worse is that they made sure that the police won't help ICE. So if the police can't help, if ICE can't depend on local police, then honestly, they do have the right to bring in backup.
They absolutely do, and that's the issue. That's why they're trying to force this issue. The National Guard wouldn't be in there if the Chicago Police Department didn't order a stand down order while ICE was getting attacked. The
Now, here's
National
the
Guard
thing.
would.
Monty, they want another George Floyd. They're aiming for another George Floyd. They want a Hispanic Mexican under the knee of another white man, so we can destroy the city and go into a complete civil war. Over
It'll be a civil war. Hey, I promise you, if fucking Democrats decide to step sideways, there's a lot of fucking people that'll be. The military won't have to fucking come in. It'll just fucking be rednecks in the street shooting them.
All right, but yo, Misfit, what do you think?
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're going in, and I think it's about damn time. I don't think our citizens. I don't think our citizens should have to deal with this bullshit. These people cross our borders without permission. They cross our borders. They don't come here to assimilate to American life. And that's a problem. And they're shitting on all the people that came here and went through the process correctly. And those people
It's not
are
about. That's the thing, though. It's not about assimilating to America. It's about fucking making America Mexico. It's about fucking taking money out of the American pockets so that they can fucking send it back to their country. They don't
It's
care about
MAGA.
America.
Make America Mexico again.
Mama.
Mama. Shout out Mama, I guess.
Mama.
Well,
Mama.
oh boy.
Sorry.
I bet you the Dems would get down with that one. But all right, let's get back to it, guys.
What they've done is they've created a system of law in Chicago, in Illinois, where illegal aliens have far more rights than American citizens. If an American citizen, for example, commits a crime of sexual predation against a child, they'll cooperate with the FBI. If an illegal alien commits a crime of sexual predation against a child, that illegal alien will be shielded in an ICE no-go zone. I ask you the question, what is the right term to describe a local official declaring a no-go zone for ICE? Would you tolerate it for FBI, ATF, DEA? No, you would not. But there's an effort to delegitimize.
And I'm be honest, this is like a very stupid plan. So you're gonna make a no ICE zone, and all the illegals are gonna flee to that no ICE zone. Then ICE is gonna violate that no ICE zone and get all those guys, and then that's where we're gonna get our George Floyd mishap.
Just the fact that they're creating a no ICE zone is seditious. That is the definition of sedition against the United States
fascism.
government. No, it's not fascism. It's sedition.
You are harboring people that are in our country illegally.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What happened to states' rights, guys?
Say that again.
What
The
happened to
states-
states' rights?
They're trumped by the Constitution, Sid. Read it once or twice.
And what does the Constitution say that would be violated?
Oh my fucking God. What does the Constitution say? What does the Constitution say that people can come here illegally? Where does it say that?
I mean, do you know when we had our
Answer
first...
the fucking question.
Answer the question.
Answer
The Constitution doesn't say anything about people coming here legally or not.
Exactly. So it's fucking...
It's
not violating anything.
It says we the people. It says we the people. Those aren't our people. These aren't us. They're not us. We the people.
They're not us?
They're not.
No, they're not us.
Dude, every fucking person in this chat is a fucking... Or in this call is from a family of immigrants. Except maybe...
No.
I'm
from settlers.
Bro, who fucking cares? This is not fucking 1492 where everybody can just fucking set a flag wherever the fuck they want.
Oh, well, in 1492, America didn't exist. Do you know when...
God.
Do you know when...
Bro,
do you know in America...
Get a bucket.
Do you know...
Get a
do
bucket.
you know in America...
Get a bucket.
Do you know in America...
Get a bucket.
Sid, shut up.
Hey, Set. So
you can... This chat can... This call cannot handle any voice that disagrees with them. You guys are such pathetic little babies. Seriously, you cannot let somebody that disagrees with you... No. You cannot handle someone that disagrees with you talking for 2 seconds.
Goodbye.
You cannot handle it. You are a baby. You are a child.
Wait, let him finish.
He won't.
But all right.
He just wants to complain about a space that's not his.
All right, guys. All right.
Okay, wait. So, can I ask you a question?
Why not?
Is this your echo chamber? Is this really not a place where it's not mine? A dissenting voice can't exist here.
You're not
Is
a
Monty
dissenting
correct?
voice. You're a troll.
Did I not just say let you finish?
You did, dude. But you guys all interrupt. Still, but Monty's the
Because
worst.
all you do is talk. You don't shut up.
No, you guys overtalk me every time I speak.
Something.
You overtalk me every time I speak. I've never got to finish one point when I'm in a call with you without you and maybe 2 other people jumping on it. So yeah, I try to overtalk.
Because all you want to do is talk.
Wait. Let him finish his... Go ahead. Finish. Don't interrupt. Let him finish his point. Go ahead,
No,
Sid.
at this point, I'm asking Set, is this a place where this is not my space? I'm trying to interrupt. I'm overstepping my bounds. Is Monty correct on that?
To be quite honest with you, well, look, I would say this. You annoy Monty, but you don't really annoy me. I don't mind you having you here, but if it causes, I say, the dysfunction of the panel, then it is a bit of a problem. Now,
No,
there's
no.
guys like Parabolic that's able to come up here and, able to hash it out with these guys. Things don't go like that. So I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, what the deal is with the S.E.T combination and why it works so well with, I don't know, like Parabolic. I'm not sure about Cool Bean too much, but I would say we do have our examples of leftists who can come on here and have a discourse without getting, yelled at by Monty.
Well, those guys are very soft spoken, and I'm
Yeah, they're
not.
not
I will
assholes.
admit. Well, I will admit I match energy. So
No, you don't. You come. I let you talk the first 5 or 6
All
times
right, hold
that you
on,
came
guys.
up
Time
here.
out, time
That
out.
I
How
was up
about
here,
this?
and you
How
fucking
about
all you
this?
do is overtalk people.
No, guys, how about this? How about we how about we test y'all out? Why don't y'all just match energy right now? Come civilly and respectfully, and whoever break first, well, at least we know.
Watch this.
okay,
Watch.
Monty, what's your issue with me?
No. We're not getting into personal. Let's get into the debate of things, because if we get personal, you guys are gonna go right
He
back at each
literally
other.
broke in half a second.
I mean,
Okay, give us the topic then. I don't know what you want us to debate.
I know,
Anything.
Sid, because you just came up
Anything.
here. But all right, let's get back to the
Choose.
show.
There you
What?
go.
That's
Let's get
that's
back to
total
the show, guys.
Let's get back to the show, and then I'll bring you guys in. You guys can go ahead and debate the topic at hand. But let's try to keep it cordial. Let's try to match energy here.
Thank
if
you,
that's what
Seth.
we're no.
Government of enforcing our immigration laws and our sovereignty. It is domestic terrorism, it is insurrection, and no amount of insane, hyperventilating lies from Pritzker or Johnson or any other Democratic official will change our minds on that. ICE officers should not have to live in fear and violence to do their jobs. Period.
So on the substance of the question, is it the case that, as Pritzker frames it, you are profiling brown people, that this immigration crackdown is designed to go after people of color?
Yes, I mean,
that is the
right.
Oh, what a dumb question. The illegal aliens who are here.
What a condescending answer.
No, what a dumb
question. I mean, the Supreme Court did the Supreme Court did just kind of say that racial profiling is acceptable. So,
Well,
hey Sid, why do you think that
he did
is?
say that
Why do you
Trump can
think that
strip the
is?
deportation protection of Venezuelans. So if you're talking about that, I mean, not really, but
Why?
No.
Why do you think? No. Why do you think that maybe the brown people that can't speak English and don't have jobs or social security numbers might be profiled?
That's not the
Yes, there's not.
categories they're
They
going off of. They
so
were going off
it's
people that don't have social security numbers.
so notice how you're talking over me. You literally can't last 5 minutes. But they're going after people that they're investigating for being here illegally. Part of that is, hey, maybe if you can't speak English and you don't look, like you belong here, you can't assimilate, then you might not be here legally. And when they investigate it and they're right about it,
SB 1070.
Then you gone.
This was a big deal in Arizona years ago, but it passed.
We saw this week ICE agents rappel from a Black Hawk helicopter onto the roof of an apartment building in Chicago and zip tie children that were in their pajamas, that were naked, that were in their underwear, and
how
put
are
them
they in
in
their
their
pajamas
vans.
and
hold on, let him finish.
Wait, why were children naked on the rooftop?
They weren't. They were naked in their apartments, dude. Stop.
Oh,
It's not funny, dude.
All right.
You're
why
funny.
were they on the
Dude,
rooftop?
okay.
Then?
You're a funny guy.
All right, hold on, guys. You gotta let him finish his point.
They rappelled onto the rooftop and descended into the apartment building. Is that a hard concept?
It kind of is. What, they break
And
through
there
the
we are.
window?
Now he's gotten to condescending.
Okay. Well, do you guys disbelieve this happened?
Well,
No,
yeah,
we know.
I
Look, we
don't
know that the
know if
raid
you
I'll take your
happened.
word for it. I don't care.
Hold on, guys. I do want to give my rebuttal to this one. Look, we do know that the raid happened. I think it was about 36 people. Now you gotta understand that whole building was designated a crime scene. Everybody in there, they do not know if they're a co-conspirator, if they're hiding or if they're hiding and embedding, or they have a warrant. They don't know what's going on in that building, but they do know that there is about 37 illegals that they need to get about this building. So the whole building, yes, even the children. And let's be real, do we know the situation that the children were in specifically? Like, let's be honest. Did they have illegal parents and the cops just having to bust in and tag them up too? Or was it, or did they have, I don't know, where the kids living on their own and working, I don't know, working under the landlord or something illegally? Like, we don't know the status of these kids. We don't know the situation in which they were captured in. So I
We
do
just
think
know
it's a
that
bit
said
unfair for you to
big
use that
buzzwords.
example
But they were
without knowing.
naked, though.
Well, we could know. We could know pretty easily
I
if
mean,
you
bro, that's
showed
even
a.
scarier that they were naked. Like, bro, what is?
Why were they
I
just
mean,
naked walking around?
No. I mean, they were sleeping. It was nighttime. It was the middle of the night. We could.
Why are kids sleeping? I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
We could know this pretty easily, Set, if you wanted to play a news report on it.
Wait, about
huh?
Wait, hold on. Because I watched all the news reports and they didn't really say anything about the situation of the kids. They just fear mongered or just like honestly
Said,
just brought
oh,
up the
Black
point
Hawk
of.
helicopter.
Well, no,
They
it was
did
more
exactly what
about
they
kids in zip ties, kids in zip ties, kids in zip ties. They didn't say illegal kids in zip ties, U.S. citizen kids in zip ties. They said kids in zip ties. So I can
Oh,
see where people
really?
get outraged about it, but it is a bit misleading because we don't know the
It's
situation of
just
these kids.
rage bait. That's all Sid can bring is
It would
rage
be
bait.
better. It would be better if they were illegals. Obviously, illegal kids are. We can
What do you?
terrorize them.
I
But
mean, we can put them
It
in
would
zip
be
ties
better.
and put them in a detention facility. I mean, it sounds
Hey,
effed up, but it is what it
Sid,
is.
Sid,
that's
no,
not
we're
what
not
happened. Most of these
terrorizing the
kids,
kids. We're not
most of
terrorizing the
these,
kids. Their parents that brought them here illegally are terrorizing them.
most of these kids got released. Most of these people got released, dude. A lot of these guys were American citizens.
Yeah, well,
You're
you can
right.
be
And
detained.
What
when
is
You
your
can be
point?
detained for up to 72 hours. And
yeah,
if they were detained, then they were let go. So it is what it is, my friend.
You guys
Yeah, well,
are
that's what
justifying the
happens when
detainment
people are
and zip
accused
tying
of
of
a
children
crime.
in their
Bro,
in.
have you
Stop
ever been
rage
detained? Like,
baiting,
look,
oh
dude.
my God.
Set.
Do you
Like, what
realize?
is?
Hold on, can I say something? Do you realize that if there is, say, a raid on a home and they're suspected of drugs or maybe moving pew-pews, I don't know, we could say on here, all that kind of stuff, like that everybody in the house is going to be detained.
That's
Yup.
not what this was. This was an entire apartment
The
building.
yeah, I
entire
know
building
Oh
was a
my
they can do
fucking
crime
that.
god.
scene.
They can
They
It
do
have
was
that.
not.
already,
What crime had
they
happened
have,
there?
listen, they have already explicitly explained that there was
No, they
37
haven't.
people
You can't.
more in there that they were trying to get. The way the illegals work, especially in those buildings, they have to make sure that they're not in there running like a gang system where they're going to run into different places. They're going to get, the police are going to get shot on. They have to go in and they have to make sure the
Amen.
entire building is secure and safe. What part
Amen.
of that do you not grasp?
I don't grasp the part where the entire apartment building was a crime scene where they had to ransack and destroy these people's apartments and take their kids
Okay.
from them. That,
Oh
oh
Okay.
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and keep it pushing with the on the note that Sid rejects the premise.
Well,
We'll just
I
keep
mean,
it pushing.
we could play the video about it. You don't want to play a news report
Can
about
We're
it?
you
not
guys
gonna
Or
Go
watch
what?
your
ahead, play it.
propaganda, Sid.
Play it.
No, can you at least let Set get through the video that he's got set up to play, for God's sake?
No, because it's all about Sid.
Well,
Oh,
I do have a short amount of time, but I will leave.
You can, I
now,
would
Sid.
very
Okay.
much appreciate that.
I'm a bit confused on like why I need to bring up the video. Like, wasn't the point that you were debating on shouldn't we feel bad for the kids in zip ties?
No,
We
I
don't need
don't.
Well,
to watch the
I
video
I
don't
for
feel
think
that.
bad.
I think the reason to bring up the video is a lot of points are being misrepresented here, and a lot of points are being
You're the
just kind
one
of
misrepresenting it.
taken out of
Let
whole.
it let him cook. Let him non-cook.
So if he
I'll
brings
let him
up the
fizzle.
video, you guys should be vindicated, right?
No,
Yeah.
I don't fucking.
Hold on,
I
no,
don't
wait.
need to be
care.
vindicated
I
and in a
don't care. I
democracy.
don't need your approval, Sid. I
No,
don't
no, no,
need
no, no.
anybody's approval. This is
Monty. I'm honestly curious because, like, of Sid, vindicated of.
Right,
Vindicated of what you're
right.
saying, that this was a crime scene, this had to happen, these were gang members, this was all that.
A
Oh, I
video is
said
not going to vindicate that for them.
Vindicate's not
I
going to
did
do any.
not say that they were gang members. I
Maybe
said
the
the
ICE report, the police
situations
report.
like that. Don't twist
But
my words.
a news report, a
That's all
police
he can
report,
do.
whatever.
No. Yeah, actual police report. Sure, that would be way better if we have to read that out than looking at a news report. It's going to show us the scene. I
That's
mean,
going to
that's not
give
really
a
telling us
slighted
anything.
fucking boo-hoo fucking perspective on something. It's called bias. It's called spin. It's called you're fucking buying the narrative.
I literally just said the police report.
No, you said the fucking video, my guy. You said
I
the
mean, if I can
video.
find that, I'll do that. But all right, guys. All right.
This is recorded, Monty. I said the news report, the police report, whatever.
No, you didn't. You said let's watch
Yes, I
the
did.
video so you can
You
be
are a
vindicated.
fucking.
I'm
You are
what?
insufferable. You are
Then
insufferable. You
leave.
are a pathetic
Then leave.
child.
You can leave.
I mean, but trust me.
You are a child.
Come on.
Oh Lord.
All right. Hold on, guys. Come on now. Come on. All right, guys. All right, Sid. Yeah, Sid, just go ahead and just chill out for a little bit.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Man.
Just runs every time. He pokes the bear, can't take the heat, and then runs. He's just like a child.
Because, all right, now shout out to my man Jay. He's like, I bet those ICE zones will be in black communities, and man, you know what? I can see that too. Sadly, I mean, where else they gonna put it? Hey, bro, they gotta put them where they can get away with it. And for some reason, you can put immigrants in black communities. You can run drugs through black communities. I mean, propaganda through us, and it's all good. Nobody complains.
It's horrible. As long as you vote Democrat, you're good.
Yeah, as long as we vote Democrat, yeah, the black community will continue to be cooked.
Jobs away from blacks. They're taking jobs away from whites. They're taking jobs away from Latinos. They're taking their health benefits away. They're taking their school slots away. And of course, in many cases, they're committing heinous crimes. We cannot have a system of law in this country that privileges illegal aliens over American citizens. And that's what they're doing. You know it, and I know.
So that's not exactly a no, Stephen. Can you just unequivocally
I just
state
said, well,
that the immigration
I said it's a dumb
policy?
question. Okay.
Well, I appreciate
no,
that, but
and it's a dumb question.
So no, this policy is not
I
designed
thought when I said
to,
it was a dumb question, it meant no.
Well, I just want to be clear and precise. I appreciate you trying to qualify my questions, but nevertheless,
No.
I think it's a fair one that a lot of people have.
My full answer is no. That is a lie, and it's a dumb question. But you said something else big to the premise of one of your questions. You said, well, aren't we provoking? Illinois governor says we're provoking actions that are unlawful. Why would the mere presence, just think about this for a second.
Honestly, you know what? I'll be real with you. One of the main reasons I like Stephen Miller is because he's a really good debater. And you can honestly tell he'll literally pick your question apart. And he does it to every news anchor. He picks their question apart and makes them look stupid.
Bro.
Almost every single time. So I do got to give it to Stephen Miller.
That's the thing, though, Seth. Think about the audience that's watching it. He's not. He really. I really and truly believe the fucking Trump administration as a whole just needs to stop fucking trying to explain yourself. People are not going. They're going to twist your words. They're going to fucking incite violence based off of your words. They're like, stop.
I don't know. If you don't
yourself.
say anything, I get what you're saying, but if sometimes you don't say anything, then the loudest voice in the room takes the narrative. And I'm just like, I don't know about
what's
that.
happening right now, though, man.
Well, at least we have a fighting chance. I mean, if we don't say anything, everybody thinks that ISIS is Gestapo if we don't say anything.
Antifa means anti-fascism.
What is that? I mean, that doesn't. Cool. And gay and marriage used to mean the civil union between a man and a woman. Now look what it means.
I was being sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm pointing your point out. The idea that we can just explain ourselves, they don't want an explanation. They want us to apologize. They don't want National Guard in there because they want ICE to be intimidated. They want ICE to stop doing what they're doing. That's all this is centered around. They want ICE to stop enforcing immigration law. That is an insurrection. They're using violence and intimidation to do so. That makes it terrorism.
Yeah, but Monty, now for For every
Good point.
10,000 radical liberals that watch this, there's just one. Just one of them is going like, you know what? That bald ass dude is cooking.
Yep.
Just one.
And that's the reason why we cannot be quiet.
Oh, and shout out Careful Driver.
No, I'm not saying be quiet. I'm not saying be quiet. Just stop fucking debating them.
No,
Stop
she was
fucking
agreeing
going.
with you.
Oh.
Oh, but shout out to my man Careful Driver. He said, oh, shout out to being a new member. And oh yeah, if you want to go ahead and join the call in, bro, just go ahead and go to my main page, hit the post tab, and it's gonna be the first link you see.
They
If
said,
I
if
put
I may.
federal law.
So I have something that goes along perfect with what Stephen Miller's saying right now, but also 3 links up in the chat over here. I have a video of Stephen Miller at Charlie Kirk's funeral at his memorial. He gave there, and it's about 6 minutes if there's time. It's brilliant.
All right, I'll see if I can get to it.
Enforcement and National Guard into a nice sleepy southern town. Is anyone going to riot? Is anyone going to try to shoot them in the face? Are they going
If
to
someone
try to
goes
attack them in
into
the
a
street?
building
They would say
full
this
of
is,
people in the
they
middle
would
of the
say, this
night
is great.
covering their
This is
faces without
amazing. Thank you for the
identification, without
resources.
identifying themselves, there might be concern among the community, especially if
Talking about
American
the train
citizens
Nicaragua
are
raid?
being,
Hold on.
especially if American
Hold on.
citizens
Hold
are
on.
caught.
Yep.
So he just brought up a good point against red flag laws. So, just storming into a building unannounced with no warning in the middle of the night could possibly make things bad. You mean like how we just randomly go to people's houses who have red flags put on them and just go into their houses with a SWAT team and try to take their guns?
Damn. All right, guys. Now we're gonna get away from Stephen Miller grilling, well, 2 bald dudes. We're gonna get away from him grilling the other bald dude, and let's go ahead and get into the next video because this one is a shocker. I mean, well, not really a shocker, but I'm be honest with you, the fact that this dem got found out or pretty much got caught saying these things is hilarious to me. It's scary and hilarious at the same time. All right, guys, let's get right into it.
Getting into it.
In the attorney general race after
I don't know whose mic is on, but you guys, you're
in 20.
Yo,
someone's mic is just repeating sound.
Oh, it's good now. All right. Okay.
Mine's been muted.
Breaking developments late last week in the Virginia attorney general race after shocking text messages that the Democratic candidate Jay Jones sent in 2022, not that long ago, came to light, including several in which he's fantasizing about assassinating the Speaker of the Virginia House, Todd Gilbert, going as far as to say that if he was in a room with Gilbert, Hitler, Pol Pot, and had only 2 bullets, he would shoot Gilbert twice.
Damn.
Really?
Damn. I mean, that's effed up. He said, even if Hitler's in the room, I'll still shoot that guy twice. I'm like, all right, bro. Tell me you hate me without telling me you hate me.
Before that, he wrote, quote, if those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves. And sadly, they got worse because more disgusting messages show him attacking Gilbert's children, calling them fascists and saying that he hoped that they would die because, quote, only when people feel pain personally do they move.
He said, I wasn't attacking you. I was trying to understand your logic. You weren't trying to understand. You were talking about hopping Jennifer Gilbert's children. You were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. Ooh. You're like, yes, I told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. Ooh. Ooh.
Sick piece of work. Boy.
Oh,
like
man.
I'm sorry. I don't know, man.
I mean,
this is and I promise you, if you go open up fucking half the leftist fucking phones and look through their shit, that's what it's gonna say. If they're talking about anything to do with politics, it's, oh man, I hope this, I hope that, I hope this. They don't want debate, they don't want explanations, they want apologies, or they want violence against you. And I'm like, capitulating to it and fucking letting it go on has obviously shown us what's gonna happen.
Wishing death on somebody's children is crazy.
And he is that the guy that's running for attorney general in the state of Virginia?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he also got a reckless driving ticket for doing 116 in a 45.
I mean, okay, well, he's black, so you can expect that one. But the
Hey,
problem,
hey, you can't be racist.
I'm sorry, we like the speed, especially when the trap music comes on.
Right, but
Forgive us.
you don't do it. So if you get a reckless driving ticket, that means you did it around other people.
Ooh, hold on now. Hold on. I ain't that reckless. I like to speed on an empty highway. But all right,
Yeah,
hold
like a
on.
straight empty highway.
Hold on,
wanna know
careful
something
driver. Hold on
crazy?
now. Hold on here. Careful driver. You here?
Yes, sir. I just want to make sure my mic is working. I'm using an old headset.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right.
Okay. I wanted to come in and comment on Sid's previous observation on that news report, but I didn't make it in here in time. Can we go back to that?
Absolutely. Sid's not in here.
Okay.
Oh.
So if the news is saying that multiple, mostly undressed children are being zip tied on top of a building, doesn't it indicate that the adults in that building had them mostly nude for a reason? Because I don't know of any type of situation where
I know.
responsible adults would allow their children to run around in one building, mostly naked, as the cops come in and surprise you for this. So that says a lot about what was going on in the building to begin with. But they
That's a good
focused
point.
on the part that the cops drug them out. It's a surprise raid. Nobody knew it was coming. One child partially dressed is one thing. Whenever the cops go into an area, I know they make an effort to cover up minors and other things like that as standard procedure. When you have so many of them undressed that you can't follow that in the news, that means something else was going on in there that they're trying to sort out.
All right. Wait.
Do you hear it, Set?
Yeah. Who's
Where
that?
somebody is echoing.
Okay. Hold on.
I think it's BMAC.
Yeah, B-Man, it might be you. But all right, guys. Let's get back to it.
Move on policy. And one source is telling the National Review he suggested on a phone call that he wished Gilbert's wife could watch her children die in her arms. Now, the messages sparked widespread outrage with Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. He'll join us in a minute. President Donald J. Trump, Lieutenant Governor and gubernatorial candidate Winsome Sears, all calling on Democrats to push Jay Jones off the ticket, calling the text, quote, beyond disqualifying. The silence from Democrats in the Commonwealth of Virginia has been deafening, and now, with less than a month until Election Day, the messages are now threatening a major shakeup in that bellwether state in those races. Abigail Spanberger did put out a weak statement condemning generally political violence and violent rhetoric, but she stopped short. She wasn't courageous. She would not call on Jay Jones to drop out of the race. Even liberal Joe was saying they should.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, that's probably the dumbest thing she could have did was not call for him to step down, because like at that level, you gotta tell him to step down. If you don't tell him to step down, it kind of sounds like you're covering from him, even if
Come
you
on,
do condemn
Set.
him.
Like let's
If you do, and obviously she is, but I'm just saying though.
No. Let's call a spade what a spade is, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't care. She doesn't want him to step down. The liberals do not think like conservatives think. Liberals think like, well, yeah, absolutely. You know, they'll see it a different way. Oh yeah, policy doesn't change unless people are sad about it. Never let a good tragedy go to waste. Remember that line? Fucking they and now they want to push the tragedies onto us so that we stay quiet. They don't think like we think. They don't think, you know, oh, if someone says some bad things, we shouldn't fucking support them. They think if someone says some bad things, they're championing our cause.
All right. I mean, I agree with you on that one. It's just that when it comes to her right. Oh no, go ahead. Somebody else has something to say?
Yeah, I gotta say, anyone that brings that kind of logic that they can understand supporting these kinds of people that call for violence on children, There's no way to logically make sense of what they're thinking, so I wouldn't even try.
Honestly, they might even have sunk their whole party doing this in that
No,
state.
I mean, no, they're not going to sink their whole party. Democrats stick together. They will justify this to themselves and still vote for Democrats. Like I said, they don't think like us. They're
I don't
not
know. I
going to.
think some of these guys might break ranks over that one.
I think
mean,
you got
I
to
think the
relive.
more crazy it gets for these guys, bro, there's people already leaving the left after the left was celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. People was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm out on this one.
So
Even
eventually,
I think this might be, yeah, go ahead.
Eventually you will have people that leave the left. That's going to be the normal people of the left, the moderate Democrats that are going to be like, yeah, I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to be a leftist. And you're going to have Democrats in politics that do it, but you're not going to, the core evil that is the leftist ideology is not going to break ranks. They champion it. If they are just what we saw after Charlie Kirk's death, how many people celebrated it. There is no changing their mind. There is no changing debating them on ideas. They don't want to debate. They don't
we
care.
understand that one, but we it's like I said, we're trying to reach the more sensible people because we're hoping that the radical left is a fringe group and not I would say a majority group.
It's a mainstream group inside the Democratic Party. It's a mainstream group that's been given too much oxygen and needs to be suffocated.
Yeah, mainstream, but is it the majority?
No, it's not the majority.
Okay.
It's not the majority of anything. It's a fringe minority that's loud and violent.
We really need to stop calling these guys a Democratic Party.
It's not. That's why I try to avoid that
They're
term.
not. And even the people on the right that are Republican are pushing for law enforcement to take over everything. They're not necessarily part of the Republican Party either. What I can see is a concerted effort, considering how few people own all the media centers, is that this agenda is being pushed to radicalize both sides. And until everybody comes together and says, you're my neighbor, and starts taking care of the neighborhood, and then build up from there, then take care of the city, then take care of the state, and put aside this whole national dispute that's going on, it's not going to fix itself. Because too many people.
You kind of can't put the genie back in the bottle, though.
No, too many people right now. Like even me, I don't know my neighbors that well, and it's a mistake that every single family is missing parents because of high rate of divorce, and every single neighborhood is missing that sense of unity that America was founded on, and what's made it great was that even though you might have a black person, Chinese person, white person living next to you, you are all pulling to be successful together. And we've lost that.
You lost community. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, the fellowship we used to have is gone.
Have you heard of Tommy Boy?
Hold on now, guys. Let's get back to the topic.
We're not.
Yeah.
Pop out. We reached out to her campaign. Shockingly, they did not respond to our request for a comment. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is here with more. The silence on this from Democrats in the Commonwealth, to me, is repulsive and deafening. What's going on there?
It is repulsive and deafening, Sean. And again, we have the Democrat candidate for Attorney General, the top cop in the state, wanting to put 2 bullets in a political adversary's head, wanting his 2-year-old and 5-year-old children to die. And finally today, what also came out is he's advocating for there to be a few cops who would be killed. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff. And yet the Democrat leadership, both in the state and at the national level, has yet to call for him to step out of this race in disgrace. Abigail Spanberger gave a weak comment and has yet to say, drop out, Jay Jones. And yet, Sean, remember this. Back when the previous governor of Virginia had his blackface scandal, within 24 hours, Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger called for him to resign. Well, here we have her running mate who wants to have children die, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, put bullets in the head of a political adversary and wants police officers
and wants to watch him die in their mother's arms. Like, bro, he got explicit. I mean, bro got pretty detailed of what he wanted. He thought about it, he fantasized it, and he texted it. That's sick.
to die. And all she can say is he must apologize. And then they are out campaigning. Tim Kaine supported him this weekend. Congressman Vindman came back and re-endorsed him. And they're out raising money for this guy. At the end of the day, this is the Democrat Party today that is just fine with political violence as long as it doesn't inconvenience them. The bottom line is we've got to stand strong as Virginians and get to the polls and make sure that everyone understands Virginia cannot have this. We cannot have leaders who would either advocate for this or accept it. And that's what they have done. And that's why I'm asking everybody, get out and vote and make your voice heard. And by the way, also, we've got to support these candidates, Sean. Winsome Sears, go to winsomesears.com. Go to jasonmiares.com and Carrie Corner. Carrie Corner is the delegate, Sean, who came forth and really exposed to Virginians the real Jay Jones. And now they are targeting her race as their #1 beat. They want to actually have retribution on her because she showed Virginians the real character of Jay Jones. So I'd ask everybody, please support these candidates and let's get out and vote.
It was a big issue 4 years ago in Loudoun County that helped propel you to office in the Commonwealth. A new report, Abigail Spanberger, apparently she stumbled badly in the case of Richard Cox, this biological man claiming transgender status, who's exploited local bathroom laws, repeatedly exposing himself to women and children in Northern Virginia locker rooms. They have no intention of charging that guy?
Nope.
No, here's the issue, Sean, which she actually has
crazy. It's like
I gotta say this right now. Part of the way they're going to reach us as common people on the right that's got some sense is by pointing out every time the legal system doesn't take action, they're going to push the common guy, the common dude on the street that says this ain't right, to go and do something as himself. And then the next thing, that dude's going to be on the news. Oh, look at him. He's violent. The whole country's falling apart. I think they're pushing this agenda right here, even though it's Fox News and stuff, and I kind of trust them a little bit more than CNN. It still fits the agenda of splitting us right down the middle. If you can understand what I'm saying, the cops aren't good. The legislation system's not good. Your vote doesn't count. All this stuff, it brings down the faith in government. But 92% of the people I talk to still trust each other. And they're trying to break that down by bringing this kind of stuff in there. So on both sides, we need to be very, very careful about what we listen to, and then going out and perhaps doing things ourselves to enforce the law. It's going to be ugly, and it's going to be a lot of things, but this country is going to have to go through quite a bit of social reform before we get to the point where we can start trusting stories like this. Because if everyone listens to like this is absolute truth, that this is not going to be enforced, the guy's not going to be arrested, whatever, these changes take time. And anyone listening to this, I hope they realize that you need to be calm and moderate and be involved in your local government. So like I said, they can fix from the bottom up. Don't go out and do anything yourself.
All right. I mean, I like the message. I love the message. I'm not even going to lie. I kind of like what you're getting around today. Don't let the government divide us so we don't hold them accountable. But all right, let's keep it going.
Fend off violent rioters who were throwing rocks at them and screaming and cursing at them.
All I gotta say is, where's Kyle Rittenhouse when you need him?
300 Illinois National Guard troops to try to deal with the growing crime crisis. And just today, Illinois filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration over the deployment of help in that city. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Outside Chicago, Broadview, is the site of an illegal immigrant processing center that has been in our focus for days now. Border Patrol agents there are in danger, and they had to call in local
I hate
help
to
for
interrupt you
a
again, but do you
massive
see how few people were actually on the sidewalk actually doing anything? It looked like most of the people were just standing there looking around, and like 5 people were throwing rocks and doing actual stuff.
Yeah, you got your paid protesters, then you got your Antifa guys
They
throw
just,
rocks.
yeah, they just standing there.
Yeah.
I want everyone to realize that less than 10% of that crowd that was there on that sidewalk in front of the news camera was even moving. They just looking at stuff like, hey, what's up?
And not to be honest, I truly do think these guys are just paid protesters. And then, like I said, they mix them in with the violent ones who are going to act up. And, that's how they make it look like they have I would say
hold on.
large
I need to stop that predicate real quick. No, that's daytime. That's the 5 people during the day that turn out, and then you go and look at somewhere like Portland or Chicago at nighttime, and it's a lot more than 5 people. It's not. Those are the 5 people that are doing it right now.
But how many of them are the repeat offenders that they already released after being arrested 2 or 3 days ago? And it's the same 200 or 300 paid protesters that are out here throwing rocks, chasing people down, running them off the road.
I don't know, but I don't care if it's 1, if it's 5, if it's 100, if it's 1,000. If I am not safe in my own city, which I fucking live in Washington, and I've seen a lot more than 5 people on the side of the road, when they're fucking putting all the Lime scooters outside the ICE facility. That's not 5 people doing that. That's hundreds of people going out and causing violence. I don't care how many people it is. It needs to be dealt with, and it's not being dealt with.
Hey, so Tommy Boy made an appearance. If you look at the last clip that I put in there, you'll see how friendly the left are and what they would push just an ordinary person walking around with a camera.
No, all right, guys. Now, all right, guys. Now, I actually do got to close it down for the night because, well, I still got to get some sleep. But all right, guys, I do appreciate y'all for coming up, man. Shout out to my man Monty, Maine, Misfit. Hey, man, shout out to the new guy, Careful Driver, and my man Mac. Appreciate you guys, but we done ran out of time. Well, first off, yeah, we done ran out of time, guys.